My hot seat is going to be our list of quarterbacks that we put out on Monday. We got a little bit roasted for it. We tried to make it as fair as possible. But then after that,
this guy right here, you're doing your hot seat. Hank's just playing with a golf ball.
It's no.
PFT. He was
This
like
whole
this.
show is rigged.
He was like this while you were talking. He can't.
I want to go back. I want to go back throughout the history of the show and see how many times when Hank's done with his hot seat or with his who's back of the week, and it goes to me immediately. He checks out and starts doing something.
I'm
else.
not checked out.
I'm on Hank's defense.
That he knows is going to distract Big
It's
Cat.
called
Big Cat's
active
gonna
listening.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was trying to
I'm
listen.
being
but I
active
just saw
while
you going
listening.
this. On today's part of my take, it is officially chill week. We're in Lake Tahoe. We're doing a bunch of interviews. We're chilling. We're going to do the Mount Rushmore of Chillest Bros. We have an awesome interview with Dan Patrick out here from Tahoe. We went on his show as well.
Man with the golden voice.
Yeah, it was great talk with him. We're going to catch up what's going on in the sports world. We got guys on chicks. Is that right? FAQs. We're going to do hot seat, cool throne. If you're a YouTube watcher, you're going to want to watch that segment. And it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. All right, folks, this is insane. For the first time ever, we've got a full-blown all-women's boxing mega event going down in New York City. 2 title fights same night. Let's go. And if you're like me and you love the action, DraftKings Sportsbook is where it's at. We're talking Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano 3, the trilogy fight. Absolute legends. Katie's putting her super lightweight belt on the line, and you know Serrano's bringing the heat. But don't sleep on the co-main. Alicia, the bomb Gardner, explosive power is taking on undefeated WBA interim champ Jennifer Miranda. This one's going to have fireworks. If you've never bet with DraftKings, it's super simple. Just pick who you think's going to win. That's it. Easy. And check this out. If you're new to DraftKings, throw down $5 and boom, you get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's wild. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code TAKE. That's code TAKE. For new customers, get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code TAKE. That's code TAKE. For new customers, get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Wednesday, July 9th, and we are officially on Chill Week in Tahoe. And as we do with every Chill Week, we talk about our day. PFT, how was your day?
I had a great day today. Worked hard.
Yeah.
Worked really hard.
Well, we were together all day.
Yeah. So we woke up early, me and Big Cat, went down, did an interview with Dan Patrick, which was awesome on his show. We did a lot of walking too. Went for a nice, 30-minute morning stroll?
Yeah, we PFT and I got up. We're like, hey, we're going to go do Dan Patrick's show. We're excited. We love those guys. We showed up to the golf course and we asked someone who was driving by us, what's the fastest way to get to the 15th green?
Yep.
And he was like, you're going to want to go along the water. So we walked all the way up 18 or 17 through 16, all the way around. Probably took us 25 minutes. And when we got to the Dan Patrick show, it was quite literally 100 feet from where we had started.
We were there.
We did a whole circle.
We were already there when we asked for directions.
Yeah.
Actually, so this week has been so chill, even though it's been, we've been working. But it's been so chill that this morning I set my alarm to wake up for this. And my alarm clock in my room is so chill with the sound that it makes.
Yeah.
That I just slept for another 15 minutes as the alarm was going off because it was like birds and nature sounds. We got to get back to making alarm clocks great again.
Yeah.
Because I need to have like the fire alarm sound. I need Max's hiccup to wake me up.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's okay. But like I need a grating, irritating sound to wake me up. Alarm clocks have gotten way too chill with a nice like gradual, the light ones that
Yeah.
kinda, like light up your room a little bit with sunlight.
The ambient noise.
The ambient noise. Fuck that. That's too new agey shit for me.
Yeah, so we did that. I agree with everything you just said. We did that. We did a video. Then we had 3 interviews that we did. One is Dan Patrick, which was great. It's coming up on this show. And we come out here, we call it Chill Week, but we work a lot.
Yeah.
Zach got on the grilled us dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You were working your balls off, Zach. You went to the costume store for a video that's coming out again.
We had a redent moment on the costumes, and we hit the grill today, and everybody said things were cooked decent, so we'll take that to the bank.
Really good dinner.
It's one of those days that I'm going to go when we get back to our hotel, we're going to lay down and be like, man, that was a hard working day where we earned it.
Yeah, well, laying down feels better when you work so hard. And I mean, to a man, everybody here, they all work. Like Max, you did a great job. You produced all those interviews.
Yep.
Memes, you asked some great questions today.
Yep.
You chipped in everywhere.
Shane was editing.
Editing, Pug editing.
Pug editing right now.
Sound guy Matt hasn't missed
Crushed
a beat.
it.
Hasn't missed
Crushed
a beat.
it. Mulcahy's here.
Mulcahy,
He's crushing it with the ads. Jack's in the other room. Yeah, but he made sure that we're all set. Jack's in the other room. He's editing.
Yep.
So everyone's been just working their asses off. Hank, how was your day?
Oh, man, let me tell you. I woke up, went and got some breakfast.
Yeah.
Had a coffee.
Let's speed past that.
I had some time, went to the gym. We went and filmed the video. And then I had, I got to play golf. Me, Marty Fish, Jake Owen, Adam Thielen.
Wow.
Manolo teaches golf. Played a full 18, one of the chillest.
You played 18?
One of the chillest, most enjoyable
Wow. Wait,
rounds of golf I've ever played.
I didn't even realize you played 18. What were we doing while you were playing 18?
Well, we were setting up. We were, I was helping set up. We were, dealing with the.
Was he helping set up?
He was there.
He was supervisor.
He was there.
And then Big Hat was like, "Oh, I saw Marty. Do you want to go golf with him?" And I thought I was being pranked. I legitimately was like, I thought it was a trick question. I was like, "Can I?" And you're like, "Yeah, you can go. Go play." And I went and played. Again, I was walking out there. I was like waiting for the big aha moment, but no.
You played 18.
18. Never in a million years did I think it was going to be 18.
I said that he should have stopped at 17 just so he could say he didn't play 18.
So what happened was we go into the room. We're getting set up
It was
for our first interview. It sounds awesome. It's a great course.
He played the course you're going to see on TV at the tournament all weekend.
With the champion, with the 2-time champion.
Returning
I
champion,
thought
Marty
he was like
Fish.
7 times.
Well, he's
No, I
returning
said
champion.
that. I thought that too. I was
you
like, you
said
played
7.
someone else. I thought said 7, and then
You
he's
said
like, I played 12 years. I was like, damn, you're 7 for 12. He's like, no, 2.
Oh.
Still, 2 for 12 is good.
So I go into the room where we're getting everything set up. This is when Hank's supervising setup, did a great job with that. And Hank just starts pacing around the room and he just keeps repeating, "This is the chillest week ever. This is so chill." And he's got this big smile on his face. I thought he was just remarking about the place that we were. And I was feeling the same way, to be truthful. I was like, this is a very chill environment. I'm so glad and thankful to be chill. Little did I know you were only saying that because you were about to go out. You just found out that you were going to get to play 18 holes.
He played the American Century Championship Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So chill.
Thank you. It really.
First,
I don't
we
want
send you to Pebble Beach, then we send you out for 18 on the American Century Championship.
Yeah, I don't want to over exaggerate it, but it was honestly one of the most enjoyable rounds of golf I've ever played.
Wow.
That's great.
And what were we doing?
You guys were working.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Production guys probably won't sleep tonight, but that's fine.
Oh, is that true? You guys have a long night ahead.
You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get on the
Because
Yeah.
again, reminder for everyone, we are on a road game right now, so the Wi-Fi and everything.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're gonna work there, and you're probably tired. You're out in the sun all
I am
day.
pretty tired.
Yeah, you need your sleep.
Oh, all right.
Well, he's got us hostage. If we say stay up and help produce the pod, help edit, then in the morning we're gonna have to deal with morning hang.
He's basically a toddler where it's
Yeah.
like we'd rather him just go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed.
because it would hurt us.
That's when I truly get to relax during each day is when Hank goes to sleep. And I'm like, all right, we got through another day.
If Hank doesn't get his 9 hours of sleep, we're in trouble as a podcast. Okay, what is so we have been we actually have been doing a lot of work. We haven't really been plugged in. Is there anything we want to talk about sports wise? I had a couple things.
So I was just gonna read some headlines.
Okay, yeah, let's read some headlines.
I'm gonna read some
Fuck it.
headlines. Well, I did see that Caitlin Clark traded her own coach
Oh,
at the All-Star game for the All-Star game.
okay.
So they did the
okay.
draft, but then afterwards she traded her coach to the other team.
Okay.
Coach Killer.
Okay.
So sources Jokic to delay extension talks until 2026. Your
Okay.
thoughts?
2026?
Yeah.
When is his contract up?
Money will be worth less, but horses will be worth more.
Did you see that video of Jokic celebrating one of his horses winning? He's the fucking best.
He is the best.
Well, let me see when his contract is up. I'm going to pull it up right now. His contract is up. He's an unrestricted free agent in 28-29.
Okay.
Got a player option in 27-28. So,
I saw the owner of the Nuggets say, we're still going to offer him a contract.
Yeah.
And then if he feels like signing it, he can sign it.
He is making, you want to guess what he's making next year?
He is making
28 mil.
$30 million.
$55 million.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Then it goes to 59. Then it goes to 62. Feel like he would pick up that option.
Yeah. This is from Shams. Dallas Mavericks All-Star Anthony Davis underwent a procedure to repair a detached retina that he suffered during the season, sources tell ESPN.
Is that a Najee Harris story?
It might be a notch. He might have it confused. Davis played through multiple hits to the face last year. How about that?
How about that?
That's pretty incredible. He's expected to be healthy for next training camp.
What is going on with Najee Harris?
Nobody knows.
Okay, because so for people who maybe don't live online, there was a rumor that Najee Harris shot his eye out in 4th of July fireworks. Now, what made it very confusing was there also was a fire because of fireworks in Fresno, California, and in the local television report, they were like, and local resident Najee Harris, and it was just a random dude.
Yeah, that's very confusing.
So that was also part of the trending. Do we know what has happened to him?
I don't think so. Adam Schefter hasn't tweeted out the x-rays or MRIs yet.
Yep.
So until that happens, I'm not going to comment on it.
Okay.
But I'm told that his agent might not be commenting right now.
Oh.
So I don't know. Read
Okay.
into that what you will.
Okay. All right, keep going with headlines.
Okay. Any more thoughts about Anthony Davis?
No. Sounds
Had
like
multiple hits to the face. He played
multiple
through it.
hits. To the
He's
face.
tough. Then Dak Prescott said he's fully healthy, ready to go for training camp, pending one more checkup with the team doctors.
Uh-oh.
So fully healthy, full go, nothing in the way except a checkup with the team doctors.
I saw a headline the other day that was like, Dak Prescott, when he has weapons, has been an elite quarterback. And the headline was essentially implying CeeDee Lamb is elite, but that George Pickens was also elite. I don't think that's fair.
I think you could make the argument that he's an elite weapon. He might not be an elite wide receiver.
I don't know if it's like an elite weapon that could hurt both sides.
Like a firework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A drone that could blow up.
Yeah, he's JPP.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently fully healthy, ready to go for training camp, pending one more checkup.
Okay. That the pending one more checkup looms large.
Full go, pending one more doctor's appointment.
Okay.
Yep.
What else?
Aiton is excited to play with Luka. He said on joining Luka, it's like playing a video game.
Which he's addicted to.
Which he is. So he would know.
He is literally addicted to video games. He's said it before that he would just basically sleep 2 hours because he was playing so many video games.
So everything to him is probably like a video game. He sees it everywhere.
I will say this about DeAndre Ayton. It does feel like if it doesn't work with Luka, he's going to be in I don't know where it would work because that's just Lob City for him.
Yeah. Which video game? Pac-Man?
Yeah, probably.
It's probably like playing.
No, Kirby.
Kirby? Yeah. Kirby or
it's
Pac.
getting bigger and bigger.
You're right, because Pac-Man, there are some fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
Pac-Man
right.
has.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
I think that's all the headlines from today.
Okay, so
That's
I have
all the sports.
I have the real story of the day was we had I would say the golf fight of the year, which was an incredible golf fight. It was a former NHL player. What's his
Enforcer.
name? Yeah, enforcer. Nick Taransky, I believe. Was that his name?
Nick Tarani?
No. I don't know what his name was. Taransky? Is that his name? But this is bad fact checking. Someone's got it.
Nick Taransky.
Yeah, I was right. All right. Got to trust myself. If you haven't seen the video, you got to see the video. Can we put the video on YouTube? No. Okay.
No.
Go watch the video. It was, I've never seen anything like it because it was Nick Taransky, who's a former enforcer in the NHL, basically getting angry at a guy slow playing in front of him. The guy was the aggressor in this altercation, did a full charge at Nick Taransky. Nick Taransky then threw him into a lake. Then he came back for more and he punched him in the face like 5 times, each time punching him in the face, saying bang, 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 which was one of the coolest things.
And also just getting thrown into a lake. Most fights would be over at that point.
Yeah.
So I guess like the guy that was the aggressor, he seemed like a piece of shit, bad guy. but he also got back into the fight after getting thrown into a lake. I personally guarantee you, if I ever get into a fight and I get tossed into a lake, the fight's over. Like,
I would just keep
I'm
rolling.
gonna stay in the lake.
I'd roll, and then I'd go underwater,
And now I live with the fishes.
and just hope that they leave, and then I'd come back up.
like you're trying to escape a swarm of bees.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that was actually really. I loved that fight.
It was a great fight. When he got tossed and went horizontal,
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, I have a couple headlines I wanted to throw out to you guys, or things. We had quarterback season 2 premiere.
Mhm.
The big stories coming out of it was Joe Burrow, a clip of him being very frustrated in a 10-point win. I like that passion. Him getting in an argument with his coach on the sideline after a 10-point win. They had 8 offsides in that game, so that makes sense.
Yep.
And then Kirk Cousins talking about that it would have changed his decision-making if he had known the Falcons were going to take Michael Penix Jr., which I think that's fair.
Yeah, he said he felt a little misled.
Yeah.
But
He did get a lot of money, though.
to back the Falcons up, they did pay Kirk Cousins a lot of money, so that's nice. But also, I don't think the Falcons knew they were going to take Penix until way, probably like 2 seconds before they turned the card in.
Yes.
It felt like that was a last second thing.
Yeah, that was a fuck it. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. Let's just do it and be legends.
Yeah. I also, did you guys see that there was an article on, I believe, USA Today, ranking all 32 NFL jerseys?
Okay.
Would you like me to tell you some of the results? I actually agree with pretty much the top 10.
Is number 1 Chargers?
Number 1 is Chargers.
Okay.
Number 1 is Chargers.
I like it.
Do you want to keep guessing? There's one that I don't agree with fully. Number 2 is the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I also agree with.
I was actually going to guess that, yeah.
Yeah. 3 is the Colts.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's blue.
Yeah. 4 is the Browns, which I agree with. Classics. 5 is the Bills. Classics. 6 is the 49ers. Classics. 7, Dolphins. 8, Packers. 9, Bears. 10, Lions.
Okay. I don't know if I love which.
11, Raiders.
Okay.
Raiders probably should be higher.
Which Dolphins uniform was it?
I think it was just the classic.
The candy ass.
Yeah, home uniform combination. No. Yeah, not the full candy ass, because the full candy ass is when they go somewhere cold. So
Yeah.
it's the teal, not the all white.
I actually don't hate that ranking for the candy ass uniforms in the month of July.
Yeah.
Since we're right now, yeah, I agree with that.
Would you guys like to know where your respective teams landed?
I have a guess
Okay.
where mine might be.
All right, do you want to guess? We'll start with you, Max.
I will say 18.
The Philadelphia Eagles were 23.
Okay.
I think with the Kelly Greens, though, they would have been higher.
Yeah.
The Kelly Greens are
The midnight greens
are
are fine.
yes. Memes, want to guess yours?
17.
13.
Ooh.
That's the new ones.
Yeah. Zach, Tampa Bay Bucks,
I would like to guess 17 as well.
19.
Okay.
Henry, you're looking at my computer.
I'm going to
Go ahead.
go 17.
You were 22, one ahead of the Eagles. And PFT,
Dead last.
dead last is correct.
Okay. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw where that was going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, don't necessarily disagree.
Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to think like what
You don't have a mascot.
I would say.
Major Tutty did.
I would say I don't like the Texans uniforms. I think they could be dead last.
The midnight blues are okay.
Yeah.
I hate it when they wear the Oilers, even though it's a great uniform. Or they don't wear the Oilers. Tennessee wears. I hate that.
Correct.
If Houston had the Oilers, then I would absolutely love it still.
Yeah. I also don't love the Rams. I think the Rams are kind of weird. They're like kind of trying to be the Chargers, but not.
They got the shiny letters. They get the ones that are the off-white,
Yeah.
like kind of beigeish, barely beige uniforms.
But this is prime time rankings.
Yeah. What about Seahawks? Where's those?
Seahawks. By the way, tune in later on this show. We're going to rank our backup quarterbacks. 26 were the Seahawks.
Okay. All right.
Should we do backup quarterbacks?
Next episode.
Yeah, we can wait for that.
We got to give some thought to backup
we
quarterbacks.
do have to give some thought to that.
I don't. James.
But this, yeah, Jameis won.
Yeah.
Easy. This entire list is just so it basically it just should have read, hey, it's July. And it doesn't even matter how they list it. Like there doesn't have to be reason.
I will read every list.
Yeah.
Every list, as long as it's got NFL logos or NFL players in it, I'm going to take a look at it. Now, I did see that the Commanders were going to unveil their new alternates,
Okay.
which are apparently going to be a throwback, but they're going to be a throwback to before they had the Native American head logo.
Okay.
So it's going to be like the spear and maybe the
I like
feather,
that.
which is that puts us up to like, if that was our main uniform, now we're up in the mid-teens easily.
Yeah.
If not higher.
Yeah, I like that logo. I think that's a good logo. I didn't have much else. I feel bad for Paul Skeens. He has a 1.94 ERA and he's got 4 wins this season. 19 games pitched.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They announced another Derby contestant,
Oh, who?
O'Neal Cruz.
looking at?
O'Neal Cruz.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so how many were you at? If we're at 7, this is a sick joke.
I think it's 5.
No, it's got to be more than 5. I feel like I know 5 off the top of my head. Memes got it. Give it to us, Memes.
Almost got it. Ronald Cuna,
Okay,
Cal Raleigh,
5. So it's 5. Okay, you were right. Hank.
James
Sorry.
Wood,
Mhm.
Byron Buxton,
Yep.
O'Neal Cruz.
Yep.
I believe that's it.
There's 5.
These are 5.
Wow,
great
Hank
players.
is locked in for
Locked
a guy
in.
who golfed 18 holes today.
Thanks to you.
Are you playing again tomorrow?
We got to shoot a video.
Yeah.
What kind of video?
We're playing a skins game with a twist.
Yeah.
We're playing
Okay,
golf.
so we're
Okay.
playing golf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, like this is not. Yeah, we're playing golf. I don't even care. I honestly don't even care.
Yeah, you shouldn't. We're playing
was
golf.
great.
What was the first thing that we did on Monday when we landed?
We did a long drive competition, which you again challenged me to.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is true.
Yeah, we made you.
That is true. Okay, should we do
That's coming out Thursday.
Mount
Great,
Rushmore?
great video.
Should we do our Mount Rushmore then Hot Seat Cool Throne? I think that would make sense. You want to do that?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Chevy, you grind all year, early mornings, late nights, fantasy drafts, hustle mode on. But when summer hits, it's time to chill, and Chevy Silverado makes that possible. We're talking towing the boat to the lake, off-roading into the woods like a legend, and still having room for the squad and all your gear. Inside, Chevy is a comfy like a recliner. Outside, built like a linebacker. Chevy Silverado, work hard, chill harder, football guy approved. Head to Chevy.com to check out more about Chevy Silverado. Chill harder with the Chevy Silverado. We have our Chevy Silverado out here. We're driving around Tahoe. We love Chevy. We love the Silverado. So chill harder with the Chevy Silverado every single day. And head to Chevy.com to check out more about the Chevy Silverado. All right, let's do Mount Rushmore. So Mount Rushmore of Chillest Bros. Or dudes, what's the official Chillest Bros?
I like Chillest Bros.
Yeah. Zach and I are in trouble. We're bad at Mount Rushmores.
So, look, the season has started off great, but I mean, I think there's plenty of time for us to completely, drastically change the way we're going about it to try to get some wins.
Yeah,
I think maybe players only meeting.
we might need a players only meeting. The problem is, I think our biggest problem is we have some pretty solid starts, and then we go for the stuff that made us laugh in the meetings, and they don't play well on the graphic.
It's not working well on the Twitter feed for us. Yet.
No. All right. So what is it? 774, I believe. Yeah. So 774. What?
That's nothing.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of season left. Okay. So we're up first, Zach.
Okay,
Yeah. We talked about this.
What's the order?
we did.
We're first. Who's second? They're second. You guys are third.
Cool.
All right. I think we got to go with the pick we talked about. We got to just try to stay consistent. Try to keep the ball in the fairway.
Okay,
Okay. Our first pick is going to be Adam Sandler, Chillest Bros.
Good pick.
Yes. I mean, he makes movies with his friends.
Mhm.
He goes to awesome locations. He plays pickup basketball. That's pretty much his only addiction. He wears whatever clothes he wants.
Yeah.
He is as chill
Legend.
as chill gets.
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, that was what we were deciding between those two. So good pick.
That was also our 1-2.
Oh,
Yeah, we had McConaughey, Sandler 1-2.
yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Actually, 1-3.
So what's your 2?
it's a 2.
Our 2 is Jimmy Buffett.
Okay.
Very chill.
Okay.
Good one. Chill, bro.
Rest in peace.
Very chill, bro.
Just do whatever you want, Hank. You can put yourself on the list. You've been very chill.
Oh man, Jesus.
Jesus, Hank.
Why?
Jesus.
Yes, no, that's a good pick. Good pick, Hank. Good pick.
Why?
He's just the chillest guy of all time.
Turn the other
trying to bring world
Okay.
peace to the
Yeah.
world.
Dude, bro took a 3-day nap.
Yeah.
How chill is
Oh
that?
no,
Okay.
I'm sorry, PFT.
No, great pick. Hank, I got your back. Yeah.
Good pick, dude.
Great
Good
pick.
pick.
I had him 1-1.
Good pick. Good pick.
Hank, what the fuck? He's not even on our list. Good pick. That was a good pick.
Good
Good
pick.
pick. Good pick. We're gonna go with the dude, the Big Lebowski.
That's a great pick. We were gonna go with that.
It is.
All right. You want me to just? You want me to just try to take the wheel
We're
here? You want to try to take the wheel?
Okay, I'll throw one.
Hank, we got
What do
Jesus
you
in the
think?
second round, man. That's exceptional.
I was gonna
value.
rip one, but I don't like. Do you think that plays? You think one plays?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I think that
because I
plays.
think he's extremely chill, but
Okay.
the others do.
What? Right there. I think we go.
What, you don't like Jesus?
We go 1 and 13.
Dude, like, if you don't like that pick, you're going to hell. You
I
understand
love
that,
Jesus.
right?
13 get us.
We go
I love Jesus.
Does 13 get us in trouble again with?
No, I think 13.
Oh,
is
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
Yeah,
you're right.
you
It has
have to.
potential to play.
as
Yes.
fucking straightforward
You're
as
right.
it gets,
Yes,
dude.
it is.
All right. What were you saying, Max?
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh.
I think Hank was just stressing over his pick.
Yeah, he is stressed over his pick.
It's over. Yeah, it's over.
No. All right, go. You go, I'll go. You go, I'll go.
Gotta have faith.
Yeah.
Our next pick is gonna be John Daly.
Yes, John Daly.
Great
John
pick.
Daly.
Thought about John Daly.
Chill as possible. He just rips cigarettes,
Extremely
drinks.
Why was that? Why did you think that was going to be controversial? I feel like
We're second guessing ourselves. We're all
Okay,
And he also
okay.
he was more talking about the pick I'm about to make, which I still think
No, it's the right. I think it's where we go here next. Yes.
okay. What Hank? What talk? It's a podcast.
Jesus was a bad pick.
I don't know.
Keep the
man.
faith.
It's pretty.
You never know.
That's all you gotta do.
Michelangelo Ninja Turtle, party dude.
Party dude.
He literally just eats pizza and parties.
Mhm.
And I think
Extremely chill.
as much as Raphael wants to fuck April O'Neil, I think Michelangelo is what April O'Neil lusts after.
What she needs.
Yeah, right. Right.
Where do you think those numchucks go?
Yeah. Do you feel good about that, Zach? I feel good about
do,
that.
yeah.
He
He's a
literally
stud.
is a party dude.
Mad chill.
He's always trying to keep everyone chill.
I'm just shocked. Memes and I have a pick that is insane that it's gone this far.
Oh, okay. Wow, you guys are awesome in Mount Rushmore.
Blake Bortles.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
He's on our list.
Blake
man.
Bortles. That's
where
so we were fighting over the dude and Blake Bortles for our last pick
Too early,
Yep.
they weren't
because
gonna
we
take
thought there was no way it was getting back there.
Yeah, we were gonna take. I should have taken Blake Bortles. He was gonna be my decision there, and I should have saved Michelangelo. Fuck. All right, that's okay. We're okay. We're in a
We're
good
working
spot.
out kinks
He took
right now, yeah.
Jesus. We're good. Okay.
I mean, Michelangelo's not that much better.
No, it is better. He's a party dude.
You
He's
guys
literally the party dude.
is being mad disrespectful to JC.
He's the party dude.
We are gonna go with Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
This is the one where I told Hank I'm just going to let Hank do his thing.
No, Wiz Khalifa's chill.
Yeah, that's chill.
Pretty chill, yeah.
That's chill as fuck.
So what we smoke weed.
That's chill as fuck.
And Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Okay.
Chill.
What are you laughing about, guys?
I mean, the hand up.
Hank went completely rogue.
You told me that's what you said. Do
Yeah, I
whatever
did.
you
I
want,
did
and then
say
I
go
just
rogue.
like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I say go rogue.
Wait, so this is us again?
Yeah.
We will take Snoop Dogg.
Okay. That's a good pick. It's a really good pick.
This is great. This was a great draft from Team Memes and Max over here. I'm just gonna say it.
This is where we fuck things up, usually.
Fuck, man.
True.
This is where we can fuck things up bad. Because I want to take the pick that makes me laugh so hard. It's so funny because he
Really chill.
Well, 'cause he, like-
dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
the pick that Zach sent me,
Say it.
he's chill because of he's got issues. Do we want to say it?
I don't think he's got issues. I think
He literally he's
World of T-shirts.
He's slow, dude.
he just has a different worldview. You know what I'm saying? Like he does.
We're gonna lose this draft, but you know what? We don't pander on our team.
No, we take him.
We don't pander. We're gonna go for it. Go
take
for
him.
it.
And we take Forrest Gump.
Oh no, I like Forrest Gump.
All right.
Forrest Gump's chill as hell.
He's chill. He's so chill. Life is like a box of chocolate.
Forrest Gump's been my favorite movie since I was a little kid,
Dude,
so
he
I love that
Dude,
pick.
it's just- he literally can't be sad.
And his life is so sad when you watch it. Well, no, he was very sad when Jenny died.
Yeah, but
Mama
he still
died.
just kind of picks up and keeps trucking.
Yes, bad things happen, and then
He just
he
keeps going.
he chugs along, and then something great happens next.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. He's chill as fuck.
I guess sometimes that aren't enough rocks.
Forrest Gump's chill as hell. That's
All right,
that's a
great
good
pick. Great pick, Zach. Great. I was just laughing so hard about it. All right, who'd we miss? I had TJ Lavin.
Yep.
Chill as
Okay.
fuck.
Marty
Blake Griffin.
Marty Fish.
How do you know him?
He's the chillest guy in the world.
How do you know him?
I played golf with him today.
Okay, nice.
We had Bob Ross.
Yeah.
I think that was a good one.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
Super chill.
Gandhi.
Okay. Guy who rolls a perfect joint.
Yep.
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, that's good.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson, chill.
The chill little guy from the chill guy meme.
Is Timothy Chalamet chill?
No, he's too much of a
Too high
ball
energy?
knower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Billy
Uh,
Strings.
Billy Strings is really fucking chill.
We had Tito from Rocket Power.
Bart Simpson, is he chill?
I think
I've never seen Rocket Power.
Bart
Great
Simpson's
movie.
cool.
Tito is super chill. That's a good pick.
Bart Simpson's cool. I don't know if he's chill.
Okay. The other one that
Otto is chill.
the other
I wish I was in my own head if I hadn't taken Jesus. Jim Nance.
See, that would have been another terrible pick.
Yeah, that would have
Okay.
been
All
bad.
right.
I saw that on the list, and Hank, I was praying to.
Hello, friends. That's like the chillest thing you can.
Sal Masekela.
Yeah.
Spicoli.
Spicoli. Yep.
Always a good one.
Rob Lowe.
Guy Fieri.
Oh, Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. It's a
Yeah.
great pick.
Guy Fieri's a good
Guy
pick.
Fieri was great.
Yeah.
He's
Fantastic.
chill as fuck.
All the real bros of Simi Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out because Bryce is technically known as the chillest, but he also fights babies, right? So,
But I think you could have taken all the real bros because it was chillest bros.
oh yeah, true.
So Hank, what were our picks again?
We have
I mean, it's going to be neck and neck.
Jimmy Buffett,
Great pick.
Jesus,
Great pick.
We should have taken.
Wiz Khalifa, Keanu Reeves. Honestly, all those
Right
names
now.
pop off.
Yeah. Willie Nelson would have been a good one.
Willie Nelson,
Yeah.
Bob
Like
Marley,
that's a casting a wide net of fan bases.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
We got the Christians,
Mhm.
we got the stoners, we got the acting aficionados, and we got the olds.
You don't have any party dudes.
No, we don't. Wiz Khalifa, kind of.
You didn't watch Ninja Turtles.
Not really.
That's why you hated on the pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just say you didn't watch it. Like he just said Tito from Rocket Power. I didn't hate on the pick. I said I've never.
Well, he
watched
didn't pick it as one of his official.
No, but I
picks.
said I didn't watch it.
Do you guys think Brad Pitt is chill?
Nah. Too many divorces, I feel like. And kids.
Oh yeah.
The beard phase. He's not so chill when he's in the beard phase.
I feel like how many times have you been married? 2 or 3?
Few.
If you've been divorced like multiple times, that kind of takes your chill factor down.
It's true.
Yeah, if you break up with Jennifer Aniston,
Yeah.
not
PFT
chill.
had Andy Reid,
Chill guy.
Mike McDaniel.
Chill.
Mm. Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. And he keeps it cool the whole time.
Hank, are you throwing me under the bus for some of the picks that I did in my brain dump that I didn't put in our top 11?
I like Andy Reid. Andy Reid's not a bad pick.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel, I think, is a little too forced.
Yeah, well, I did Andy Reid, then I
Yeah.
thought, what other coach? Maybe Mike
Mike
McDaniel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the chillest sports star?
Jim Nance.
Portals.
Well, yeah. Blake Griffin
Like-
would have been a good pick.
Blake Griffin. I think Shohei might be chill.
Cody
Joey could
Bellinger,
be chill.
we had on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a chill ass dude.
He's pretty chill.
I think Jaden Daniels has to be probably pretty chill as well.
Oh, yeah.
Chill guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
No girls.
Smiling all the time.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. He is pretty fucking chill.
Lamar Jackson.
Chill.
Pretty
Chill.
chill.
When was Jesus ever not chill?
That was his whole thing.
You just can't stop.
Well, no, I don't
Thinking
get
about
like
the
he's
Jesus
like he
thing.
like was literally like they wrote an entire book about how chill he was.
He was like a leader of like
Chilling.
The chillest
men,
movie.
but
That's a lot.
but it's a lot of work. Like
can't
he just
chill.
did.
He was spreading chill through.
I don't think you really understand what chill is. Like chill is like
chill is golfing 18
Like
holes.
vibe-
Chilling is
vibing.
all your coworkers.
Chilling is being like, damn, I got a bunch of water, and it's being like, you want some wine?
no, but he was doing miracles. Like he was
Yeah.
doing shit. Like
Hank, that's a great point. The man made wine. He walked on water too. He water skied. That's so chill.
Like, damn, we got no food. Like, here's some bread and fish.
Mm-hmm.
The Rizzler. He's chill as fuck.
Hank just keeps trying to make arguments, and Big Cat isn't disputing them. He just goes on to another honorable mention.
Yeah, we're
I think
we
Yeah.
ended the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
He's just stuck on fighting about.
Yeah.
I think
Like
the,
we're
I
doing
love
honorable
Jesus.
mention.
Shout out, like
yeah.
shout out JC.
The problem is
The poo?
Hank's starting to make a little too much sense, and you guys are getting uncomfortable.
No, I just
Oh.
that's not what I think of as chillest bros.
Then how come millions of dudes
Even wear shoes.
Millions of dudes every week go to say what's up to him?
Fucking chill.
Winnie the Pooh. Yoda.
He's pretty chill.
Yoda's a great pick.
Yoda
is a great pick.
I
Although
couldn't,
kind of like Jesus.
I couldn't take Yoda because I have not watched Star Wars, but I just know that he's chill.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, Baby Yoda's chill as fuck.
Baby Jesus too.
Yeah.
We had Jack Sparrow. I don't know if it necessarily plays, but he's kind of a chill guy.
Yeah, he's
Jay and Silent
leader.
No, Jack Sparrow was a bad
He's
leader.
a captain. Some could say that about.
No, well, no. Come on now.
Oh man, Zach, we could have just picked you. You're chill.
Oh yeah.
You're as chill as chill gets.
I'm just trying to keep up with the chill you guys. Y'all are chill veterans.
No, the bucket hat. You're reaching new levels, Zach.
Yeah, the bucket hat does tie it all together.
The Bucket Hat boys did pop out today in full effect.
Yeah. All right. Should we
Jake
get
Owen.
Jake, how do you know him?
Just love his music.
You should have done your Mount Rushmore. Should have been all four guys you golfed with today.
Marty going Adam Thielen.
All right, let's do hot seat, cool throne. Okay, hot seat, cool throne. Whoa, look at us. We look awesome. We're wearing our Fruit of the Loom underwear. If you're watching on YouTube, we got no pants on. We're wearing our Fruit of the Loom underwear because for some reason, guys hold on to their underwear way too long. Why? Who knows? But when a fresh, comfortable, well-designed pair of Fruit of the Loom costs less than your morning coffee, there's really no excuse. Refresh your underwear drawer today with well-made, well-priced Fruit of the Loom. Look at mine. I got the
seams.
black with
Those look
the
athletic.
seams. Yeah, these do.
It's
I
good.
feel fast in these. So go right now. Fruit of the Loom delivers legendary comfort and iconic style you can trust with nearly 175 years of expertise. We craft essentials that feel like designer, but at a fraction of the price. It's time to refresh your underwear drawer with well-made, well-priced Fruit of the Loom. Can I just give a little tip for everyone out there? I like to do this from time to time where I just throw out all my underwear and start with all new underwear and all the same underwear. And that's what you got to do with Fruit of the Loom. You just get a whole underwear overhaul, get it all. Then you got fresh underwear. There's no better feeling because you know what? You have the old stuff out there. You have the old stuff that doesn't, you stand by it, but you can tell it's run its course. Fruit of the Loom, it's there for you, feels great, and it's, like I said, a fraction of the cost. So go right now, well-priced Fruit of the Loom underwear. We look great. If you're watching on the YouTube, we're wearing them. We got all different styles, right?
Yeah.
Blues. Oh, Zach, you and I are wearing the same ones. I like that.
Adorable.
You look good in that. You look really good.
Team bonding drawers.
I like the reds. It's like Tiger Woods on Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Hot seat, cool throne. Hank.
My hot seat is the USA.
Why?
We were so distraught about this on Sunday. We couldn't even talk about it.
I can't talk about it now.
But we lost the CONCACAF Cup
Yeah.
The gold,
Uh,
yeah.
to Mexico at home.
Mm-hmm.
We just forgot to talk about it because we lost. Like that wasn't a bit.
We came in just to watch it.
We came in to watch the game, we lost, and then just didn't mention it in the show.
Yeah, but now that it's been a couple days, what the fuck is a handball?
Yeah.
That was a goddamn. His hand was literally on the ball.
Yep.
In the penalty area.
Yep.
I know the crybabies out there will be like, "Well, you didn't play the ball." The man fell down with his hand, stopped the ball with his hand, stabilized the ball at his feet, stood up and played it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking handball. So I joined the chorus of those who were saying CONCACAF rigged. They don't want to see the United States win the Gold Cup. They'd much rather have it be Mexico, and that was our B team anyways.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's the four nations.
We're not even top 10 in the world. We're cooked for the
No,
World
we
Cup.
suck, dude. We fucking
17.
suck.
17 in the world.
I'm saying we're not top 10. That's a joke.
We're 17.
We're the United States of America.
We also didn't have like 5 of our best players on that roster.
I thought this.
I thought the CONCACAF
coach
meant
was
something.
supposed to be fix it all.
Pochettino.
We had this whole talk.
Yeah, we
Like
did.
this golden generation.
Well, he has no excuse.
Okay. So if he loses, we might suck at soccer.
Yeah, we might suck at soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been saying that.
Well,
We might suck at
but the
soccer.
golden generation was not. Those guys are the ones that weren't playing.
Okay.
So like the 5 best players that we have,
Got it.
like literally the best. They were
Well, no.
man, not there.
They're not the best. That would be Argentina.
The 5 best.
Brazil.
The 5 best that we have.
have.
Yes.
Would they get playing time on other
They play
World Cup teams?
They play on elite
World Cup teams.
They play on elite club teams.
Would they get play on World Cup?
Some of them, yes.
Best World Cup
Yes,
teams?
some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah,
Probably not top 10 ones.
We might suck at soccer.
some of them.
Yeah.
All right, what's your cool throne? You? Because you golfed?
Well, yeah, that. Also, people without TSA pre-check.
Oh.
The TSA has finally gotten rid of you have to take your shoes off to go through security.
Oh, wow.
Mhm, we made it.
We made
Hell
it.
yes.
How many years was that? 20
20 years.
What was his name?
Richard Reed.
Reed, yeah.
Richard Reed, the shoe bomber,
That
tried
fucking
to
asshole.
take his shoes off on a flight. By the way, shout out to the passengers on that flight. You remember what he looked like when he got off that? The man's face looked like he just went 8 rounds of Holyfield.
Yeah.
It was just all swollen up. But yeah, ever since that one motherfucker tried to do it, then gotta take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right.
I was going through. I was coming back from Boston last weekend, and the guy at TSA was acting as if it had been a rule for years. He's like, "Don't take your shoes off," and I was confused, honestly. And then I found out like the next day that they changed the rule, but the guy had acted like they changed the rule like years ago.
Hot seat perverts who go to airports to look at feet.
Yeah.
Can I say something? I didn't even know the rule still existed because I have TSA pre-check.
Well, that's why the cool throne is people that don't.
yeah.
So
I
why?
still have to take out their laptops.
Probably.
TSA pre-check, you don't.
But the cool throne is for the people that don't have it.
Oh, okay. Got
Like me.
Yeah.
Never got it.
it. Got
Me
it.
neither.
Got it. But you still have to take out your laptop.
That's fine.
Sometimes.
It's always the shoes was always the worst.
Yeah, laptop's easy.
Okay. All right, PFT, your hot seat cool throne.
My hot seat is going to be our list of quarterbacks
Oh.
that we put out on Monday. We got a little bit roasted for it. We tried to make it as fair as possible. But then after that,
This guy right here, you're doing your hot seat. Hank's just playing with a golf ball.
It's no.
PFT, he was
This whole
like this.
show is rigged.
He was like this while you were talking. He can't.
I want to
like
go
a
back.
cat with
I
a
want to go
fucking
back
yard
throughout the
ball.
history of the show and see how many times when Hank's done with his hot seat or with his who's back of the week and it goes to me, immediately he checks out and starts doing something
I'm
else.
not checked
that,
out.
that
Real.
then
I'm on Hank's defense.
that he knows
He's
is
a
going to
real
distract
thing.
Big
It's
Cat.
called
Big Cat's
active
going to be
listening.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was trying to
I'm
listen.
being
but I
active
just saw
while
you going like
listening.
this, like a cat with a yarn
I'm being
ball.
active while listening. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I'm on your side.
Is that what active listening is?
You need
Yes.
to chill.
That's the exact opposite of what active listening.
while listening.
But I have our list of quarterbacks on the hot seat because a better list of quarterbacks on the hot seat, or a better list of quarterbacks in the NFL came out today, and that was from Johnny Barks, who ranked every NFL quarterback based on how cool they'd be to smoke weed with.
Ooh.
So I think it's a great list, but I disagree vehemently with some of his. He had Geno Smith in the top tier in dream
Okay.
rotation.
Okay.
His dream rotation was Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew, good pick,
Yep.
and Geno Smith.
Okay.
Just I don't know what Geno's doing up there. The nightmare rotation at the very bottom, Russell Wilson.
yes.
Agreed. I think he should be on his own.
100%.
Aaron Rodgers,
I disagree
Agree.
with that.
Hard disagree.
I disagree with that.
Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Yeah, fair. And Will Levis was down at the bottom.
Disagree.
I disagree with that as well. I would have I would put Russell Wilson beneath Deshaun Watson
Yeah.
for guys to smoke weed.
Smoke weed with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson would pretend he was hallucinating.
Oh, yeah. But I think I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
It'd be bad, but it's a good concept for a list.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who would be the worst besides Russell Wilson. That is because Russell Wilson is. I gotta say, I think Bo Nix would kind of be annoying.
Yeah, he'd be very annoying.
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with his football skill, but I think he'd be annoying.
He would have the worst playlist.
Yeah, he would be annoying. Trying to think who else would be not great on that list.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. I feel like Kirk Cousins as he
He would
gets
be in a
older.
heart attack. He's also in the heart attack category.
No, I think
I think he might actually be like the get you a water and be like, it's cool, dude.
yeah, I think like if Kirk Cousins smoked weed, like he would not smoke weed. But
Right.
if he were to be dosed and he's just going along for the ride, he'd just be like, let's put on a Creed album.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
Right. Dak would not be fun.
Dak was way too high up. Dak was in the chill, but will hog the ox category. So was Drake May. Spencer Rattler was in that. I think he's way down on the list too.
Mhm.
My big argument with this list, you got to put Lamar in the top tier, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Lamar is absolutely the top tier of that.
100%. Was Jalen Hurts in the top tier?
Jalen Hurts was in the Dak Prescott category.
Okay. Hog the ox.
Yeah.
Okay. And
We should do one with cocaine. Quarterbacks he'd like to bang rails with.
It wouldn't look too dissimilar.
Probably not.
No. No.
I think, just Minshew number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that your cool throne?
No, that was my hot seat was our list. And
Hank
then,
started playing with the golf.
yeah. And then my cool throne is Mizrowski, again from the Brewers.
Yeah.
So we talked about him on National Sports Podcast last week. Mizrowski, he struck out 12, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, beat out Clayton Kershaw. He's fucking awesome.
He's a problem.
If you haven't watched him pitch yet, this dude he's so fun to watch because he throws the ball like 103 miles per hour every single time. And he just started in MLB.
Yeah. He's a problem.
He's the best.
He's a problem. All right. My hot seat is Kentucky punter Aiden Laros because he is the only player in the college football 26 game to have a 0 toughness ranking.
What happened?
That's brutal.
How do you get that?
How do they not even give him like 5? I have no idea.
That means you're dead.
Yeah. 0 toughness. I really want to play the game, but we're on chill week. But I can't wait to start playing the game because I heard it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Are you, memes? You must be fiending right now. Fiending.
I'm fired up.
Well, we're not going to see you after. Like when you get back, you're going back to Friday.
Going back Friday.
Just see you memes.
See ya.
Yeah.
Locked-
Two straight days.
Locked in room. Ultimate team. Got to get that guy.
How many titles are you going to win that quick?
It's a slow build.
Okay.
It's a slow build.
Okay.
You got to find the worst team and then build up.
My other hot seat is Hank because there was an article in Fast Company about Gen Zers. There's a new fad for Gen Zers. It is called micro retirements.
Mm-hmm.
They involve taking a 1 to 2 week break from work every 12 to 18 months. They're basically just stealing vacations.
It's also not enough.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough. But you can't let them steal the word vacation. They're trying to change it to micro retirements.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're trying to rebrand it. There was one guy in that article that said that he liked to take a 2-week vacation twice a year, that's more up Hank's speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Now we're
just,
talking.
what did they email you to get comment?
They did not.
But micro retirements is just not a thing.
Yeah, micro retire. That's what Aaron Rodgers does every offseason.
Yeah. Yeah.
He invented that.
All right, my cool throne. One is it's Amazon Prime Day for the next 3 days. As you're listening to this, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Go to Stella Blue store if you're a Prime member. Buy. Amazon Prime Day rocks. And then also my cool throne is our guy Zach, because as we're sitting here, this is the first time that Zach has been west of the Mississippi, and the first time you have been. What was the other thing we were talking about?
We hit top of the United States on the way down.
Yep.
Seattle for a second.
Seattle.
So we went all the way left,
All the way left.
directionally on the map.
Yep.
Yep. So you've never been west of the Mississippi,
No.
and this is like the high. Oh, this is the highest you've been as well.
That's right.
Altitude.
That's right. The elevation.
Yeah.
The mountains are here crazy.
So congratulations to
Insane.
you. That's pretty awesome.
I appreciate you guys letting me come check out Tahoe.
How do you
Yeah,
feel out
It's
here?
wild.
Do you feel different on the West Coast?
It doesn't like so driving from Reno to where we're at now, right? It felt like almost as if we were driving through unreal territory, just because the mountains are so insanely big on both sides, and I've never seen anything like it. Like it's something you'd see on like a Microsoft wallpaper of sorts, or like a default iPhone screensaver.
Yeah.
Picture.
It's beautiful,
But it's real.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's insanely beautiful.
Yeah. And so what first time west of Mississippi, how old are you? 27.
27.
Yeah, that's huge. So you did it.
Yeah, we're checking off states. It's kind of wild,
Yeah.
insane.
You did Washington, Nevada, and California.
And Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Right coast.
So we're at like 5 different states now.
Holy shit.
I think I was capped at 5 before really recently.
Yeah. Look at you.
You have one that's next on the list?
1/5 down.
Whatever states open having me.
Okay. All right. Put it out there. Any
Wait,
states that want to
wait,
have Zach,
wait.
let them know.
Hank, what'd you say?
Well, I'll say one state. I mean, we're gonna have to go to South Dakota. You and I.
1/5 down.
1/5.
I don't.
A fifth of what?
States.
He's been
said 5 before. 5.
Oh, 10 overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you were saying, got it.
All
Good
right,
math.
Zach, your hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat with you mentioning the Dakotas. So it's 7-7-4 in the Mount Rushmore standings right now. My hot seat is me and you, Big Hat.
Yeah, we
You
got to
guys
find
are-
it.
You guys are. It's so early in the season.
No, but
I don't like-
we
You guys are begging for votes
Yeah.
right now.
no, we're not.
It's
We're
unbecoming.
we have a bad. We are making each other laugh. We're not thinking big picture.
Our strategy might be too whimsical in the prep.
Correct. I think we
Get a
are
little
too
bit more-
whimsical.
we might
We're
get a
kind
little
of
more
giggling too
serious.
much. We're like 12-year-old girls at a sleepover party
And that not be,
when we're
might,
doing our prep.
might not be good for success.
Yeah.
As we've seen coming out.
That'd be hard lines.
polls.
Yeah.
We just have to,
I say be true to yourself, Zach.
Well, we have been.
and also maybe rework.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And your cool throne?
Cool throne is I hate to do this again, but anybody who's at the house right now on the couch or in the bed or at the desk, just ripping college football 26 with a nice beverage beside them, just getting into the game. I hope for all of you that Ultimate Team is not pay to win this year, and I just hope you can have a beautiful experience with not only you, maybe have some of the boys in the party.
So you gonna rip it when you get home?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Certainly.
Wait, what's your college team?
College team. I like to see the state win. But yeah,
the
I like to
state
see
of
the state
Florida.
win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Never graduated from a full university, so I don't have the most insane ties. So I just like to see a state win.
Yeah, love that. So are you gonna just hop around the state when you play?
For college football, I try to base on uniforms early. So any uniforms that are enticing, I'll try to go with them.
So season 1, what school are you playing?
I'm not sure yet. That's an in the moment thing. That's an at the desk decision.
You got to update people
I can do that for you.
and let them know. Let them know what
Sweet.
you picked. Okay, good hot seat, cool throne. Great fruit of the Loom underwear. Let's get to our interview with Dan Patrick. Awesome interview. Okay, we now welcome on a very, 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 very special guest, recurring guest. It is the legend, Dan Patrick, who still has 2.5 years left of his career. Dan, thank you always for coming on. We love having you on. Should we talk about the retirement tour? Because it's
Okay, it wasn't set up to be that. I said this is the last contract I was going to sign.
is this a technicality that you're doing? Are
Yes.
you doing like the immunized that Rogers did?
I said this would be the last contract. Then it became a retirement. I didn't mean for it to be a 4-year retirement tour.
So you're working for free after your contract's up, is what you're saying. You're not going to sign a contract.
I won't be working.
Yeah, you won't be
I
working.
won't. I'll be strictly Sandler movies.
Okay,
That's
wait.
it.
So, but are you actually going to retire in 2.5 years?
Yes.
And do you not feel like you're going to miss this and doing all this because you're still at the top of your game and you're still put on a great show? I just feel like I guess it's more I'm projecting here where someday I'd like to retire, but I don't know if I could give it up.
Well, I still have a broadcasting school. I'll still do things. It's I don't know. There's things I want to do. Like I want to move to Italy.
Oh, that's a big
I want to
thing.
learn Italian. My wife's Italian. I got grandkids. I mean, there's things to do. I got a place in Maine. I started fishing again. So I don't know. I've been working 5, 6, 7 days a week for almost 35 years.
Yeah.
And so it's time. Plus, you don't want to get to that point where people are laughing at you, not with you.
Right.
And I went through a period where I really struggled. I was going through health issues, and I said to Paulie, I leaned on Paulie more than I ever have, my producer, because I couldn't remember Albert Pujols' name. I couldn't remember Tom Izzo's name during the show, and I panicked. And it made me start to realize, okay, you just don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of put the wheels in motion of, I rely on the Danettes, my guys, a lot more than I used to, on the air and off the air, because I want them ready, whatever they do after this. So it's a long-winded way of saying 2.5 years, and then I'll be done.
Can I give you a tip for the Dan Patrick School of Journalism? And we're happy to teach a course.
We've done it before.
We have. We've taught courses before. So you mentioned like you don't want to be that guy who makes the mistakes on air. The tip is be that guy who makes mistakes on air your entire career like we do.
Yes.
And then no one's ever going to notice when we get old.
Like
because
they're
we screw up.
disappointed when you don't make
Correct.
mistakes.
Yeah,
we fuck up things every
Yeah.
day. And how did you say that? How did you not know that? It's like that's kind of the beauty of it.
We never
We're
pretended
idiots.
to be professional.
Yeah. And you've
That
done
was
a
your
great
fault.
job.
Yeah, so
that
then
was your
great
mistake.
job.
So then we're taking that bullet away from you. You can't be
No.
like, oh, very unprofessional.
No,
from
but I think
from
that-
PFT commentary.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was brilliant from your guys' perspective. First of all, young, you're going against everybody, you're going against the world. How do you stand out? But to be almost counterintuitive to what people were doing, that everybody's trying to get the right guest and ask the right questions, where you might get the wrong guest and ask the wrong questions, or even the right guest and ask the wrong questions, then things go viral. And I never really looked at, like McAfee with YouTube, like those numbers, that's really all that matters.
It's insane.
And I've been with terrestrial radio all my life, and you keep thinking of those ratings. Now, nobody cares about that. They care about, social media, what went viral, the number of people watching clips, and that's what you guys have been able to do. McAfee's been able to do that as well.
Yeah.
So when it comes to terrestrial radio, how do those ratings get actually sorted out? I've always wondered that.
I still don't even know. They just tell me.
Yeah.
Like one day they're going to say, hey, come here, bring your playbook, you're done. And they could be something random like that. We'll be in a market, and they'll go, you're killing it, but they want to go local. And I'll go, what does that mean? So then you're not in an affiliate in Portland, Maine. Meanwhile, you thought you were doing great in Portland, Maine. So I don't like being beholden to that, because face it, you have a lot of people who are in radio, who are your bosses, who probably haven't done radio.
Right.
And I think it's unfair sometimes they project to what you should be doing, or why aren't you doing, or why didn't you ask? When you're in the chair and they're live bullets, it's just different.
Are you just saying that you're going to move to Maine to get your numbers up in Portland, Maine? Is this a trick?
Strictly.
In
I'm
Italy?
I'm going to have one affiliate.
Yeah.
It's Portland, Maine.
Yeah.
So wait, go back to Italy for a second. Describe to me your perfect day, ideally, 10 years from now. How do you spend your day in Italy?
Up early. Probably,
I'm out. I'm already out. Retirement sounds awful.
Yeah. How early?
No, probably 6.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So up early, and then probably out the door, probably living somewhere along the water. Probably a nice lunch. They don't do brunch over there. They don't really do breakfast, I don't think, either.
They
But
smoke cigarettes. Yeah.
They do, and drink wine.
Yeah.
But they all look pretty healthy.
They do.
Yeah.
But there, you can't go wrong over there with the food. I think whatever the day would bring over there would be great. Fishing, hiking, biking, but trying to learn the language.
Yeah.
I want to take dance lessons too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. I have 2 questions about Italy, though, that I'd be concerned about moving there.
Now, is this product placement with the shoes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You do.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll get you a pair.
We're
What
Billboard.
size are you?
11 and a half.
Just missed being a real man with 12s. That's tough.
PFTs.
Not a real man.
Well, yeah, no, he's not.
I'm a
I
boy.
am.
I'm a boy.
It's weird that 12 was the number I picked. I happen to be 12. All right, so
Michael
Italy.
Jordan, 13.
Yeah, Italy. Are you worried about getting all the games, being able to watch the games? And 2, are you worried about all the perverts? A lot of perverts in Italy.
There's perverts all over
Yeah,
Europe.
Italy's got a lot of perverts.
they elect him president.
Listen, my kids are a quarter Italian. I can say this. There's perverts in Italy.
I don't know if being quarter you can't. Like
Yeah, no, they're
no,
quarter.
it's like size 12. I think you got to be at least half.
Okay. Well, I'm a father. I'm an Italian father. I have children that are Italian, so I'm an Italian.
Okay, all right, all right. I guess a loophole.
So are you worried about that?
No, I'm not, and I'm not worried about the games either.
Okay. Are you really? Are you going to watch the games?
I don't know.
That's crazy to me because
You gotta escape it occasionally.
yeah.
Because, if I'm at home and my wife would say, "Are you going to watch blah, blah, blah," and I'll go, I'm watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives right now. Like,
Okay.
I'll get to it. Because if not, you never get away from it.
Yeah.
Ever. And Fritzy, my booker, is constantly sending me emails and text of guests or stories. And then Paulie gets in on the chain. Then all of a sudden it's 10 o'clock at 9:30 at night, and you're going, got to go to bed and then turn around and then get ready to go the next morning. You got to get away from it, I think, to come back to it and truly love it.
Yeah. But I mean, like an NFL Sunday.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right.
I love it. I love it. But I choke it.
Yeah.
I need to get back.
Well, I mean,
away
this is
from
good. This is good because I do think that there are a lot of people in our profession that don't love it, and they pretend to kind of keep loving it, and it shows. You know what I mean? Where they're almost mad at having to watch the games, and it's like if you don't like watching the sports that you're covering, why are you covering it?
I think it's the one thing that people don't understand, because I say to them, they're like, "Oh, you're lucky you get to watch games." I said, "But it's my job.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get away from it. I have to know everything. It's live. And when you fuck up and then somebody said, how can you not, blah, blah, blah. I have to know everything. Trivial Pursuit, I don't like playing it, but I'm always in another room and they'll go, Roger Maris, 1961. And I go, 61 homers, and then they're like, okay. Oh, okay, for a pie. Like, that's not any fun. You don't get away from it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Is there a sport that you've retained your love for more than the others?
I think it's storylines. Like, if there's a storyline, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be golf. It could be, even tennis. If Djokovic goes and plays, in the finals at Wimbledon, that's a great story. Football's always got storylines. Baseball's a little harder to find those storylines that stay true. Basketball, storylines. I don't root for anybody. Like, you're a Commanders fan or everything Washington, D.C., but I gave that up when I started at ESPN. I gave up my fandom. I'm from Ohio. I didn't root for anybody in Cincinnati. Bengals, the Reds, gave it up. But I do miss that.
Yeah.
Like, I miss that pain.
Yeah.
Like, when you get crushed or when you win, like, I do miss that.
Yeah.
And the Bengals go to the Super Bowl, and people are like, oh, man, are you crushed they lost? I go, no.
Yeah.
They played well, but it was a good storyline for the Rams as well. And that's what people don't understand is I got to look at it not as a fan, but this is a job. And you got to do it correctly. You got to put in the time. When you have interviews, you can't cheat the audience. You just, they tune in and I tell them, hey, I got this guy coming up or this person, then I want you to listen because you trust me that I'll do a good interview.
Yeah.
But if you try to mail it in, man, it always gets you. Always.
What's your go-to like interview move or something that you're like, this has worked throughout my career? Because you're a fantastic interviewer and you do such a great job of, I feel like, almost disarming the guests where you ask a straight question that's very simple but gets a great answer. So what is it about? Like, was that something you had to work on, or did you just have that?
You mean you taking a long-winded way?
Yeah,
of
that was.
asking me?
I did a bad job. No, I did a bad job.
I just wanted to make
I
sure.
knew halfway through that question, I was like, I'm fucking up the question,
Yeah.
complimenting you about how good you are at asking questions.
Dan, if you were to rephrase that and ask yourself
Yeah.
that same question, how
Go
would
ahead.
that go?
What makes you a good interviewer?
Okay, that's good.
I think
That
you
was
just
good.
answered the question and asked
Yeah,
it
yeah.
at the
Yeah,
exact same
yeah.
time.
That's my pet peeve.
Yeah.
Ask, answer, ask.
Yeah.
Because I love.
God
to,
damn it! I fucking said.
I like to ask you a question so you don't get time to think. Because even today when we talked and you said, "Oh, that's a great question." Well, you're stalling
We do
to
that.
come
Yeah.
up with an answer.
Yeah.
But when you can get somebody, like I want LeBron to ask Kevin Durant, do you think you're better than me on his podcast? Or Steve Nash ask Durant if he thinks he's better than LeBron. Like, I think that would be awesome. I'd love to do that. And then LeBron to go back at Kevin Durant. I mean, they're greats of all time.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're better than me?
Yeah.
Then you could kind of go back at that. But to get a short question to people and not let them load up, because if you do ask, answer, ask, then they got something for you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a round. We're going to do a round of it. Ready? Let's
Okay,
go down.
here's
I'll
one.
go first.
I'll
All
go
right,
first.
No, we're going to get you.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
Because I was going to say
Yeah.
favorite color.
Blue.
Blue. That's why we love each other.
Me too.
Why did you turn down Price is Right?
Because I was still in a sports mode. I wasn't ready for a game show.
Yeah.
And it's 1999, and I get a call out of the blue and said, hey, are you interested in Price is Right? I thought they were selling me something, or I didn't know what it was. And they said, we're interested in having you host Price is Right. And we checked with Bob Barker, and he signed off on you hosting Price is Right. We want to build a set in San Antonio where the NBA Finals were. And we want to just see you on stage, and we're going to build the set. And I just remember hanging up the phone and going, I don't know what that was. And then I said, well, for shits and giggles, I go, well, what's it pay? And they said, if you take the job, we'll tell you. So
Okay.
I go home and I say to my wife, hey, I got offered the job at Price is Right. She goes, well, you turned it down. I go, what? Not exactly. I just wanted to know what it paid. And she goes, well, what's it pay? And they said, if I take the job. And she goes, you're turning it down, right? And I said, well, I will, but it's not because of that. I just didn't think I could do it well enough. And then I was up for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So I meet with the guy who started the show, Michael Davies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Century City.
He worked on Barstool Vantalk.
Yeah.
Another
great
guy.
guy.
Long
Great
running
guy.
show he's done.
Yes,
Yeah.
long running
running
show.
show. Yeah.
So it flies me out. So I want to talk to you about hosting a game show. I said, all right. We go in, we watch Japanese game shows for probably 90 minutes. He hadn't offered me anything. And then all of a sudden he goes, man, these are fucking great, aren't they? And I said, yeah, sure. And he goes, all right, we're going to do this show. He goes, God damn it, Regis won't leave me alone. What are we doing here? And then he goes, all right, okay, hold on. I got to get a game show for Regis Philbin, okay? But I want you to, it's called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Do you want to host Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I said, I'm open. I don't know. I'm open to it. He goes, all right, I got to get fucking Regis a game show. And so I go home and my wife goes, what was it? And I said, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The whole concept. And she goes, are you going to take it? I go, I don't know. I think it hinges on Regis Philbin getting a game show. So she goes, okay. And then I had to explain it. As God is my witness, I did not hear back from Michael Davies until I saw on TV Guide Regis Philbin was going to host Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Mm-hmm. Found out through the press.
Yeah.
And for 10 years, I waited for Michael Davies to apologize to me. And he had some game show that he called me about. His assistant did. And I said, tell Michael to call me. And he forgot all about it. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'm waiting for the call to be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And he goes, oh, are you still hung up on that? I go, hung up on that? I flew out here. You were going to give me the job. Regis had to get a game show, and I'm hung up on it? So there's been 3 or 4 game shows that I had the opportunity to do.
Jeopardy?
Well.
That's a great question I just asked. It was one word.
Yeah.
Great question, PFT.
Yes.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
Ask it again. Let me do the phone.
What is Jeopardy?
Great question.
Jeopardy, were you offered, were you in discussions for the Jeopardy?
I was. I met with Steve Moscow, who was the head of Sony, and that day on my show, for some reason, the guys were asking about what game show would you host, and I said, Jeopardy. The show ends, get a call, Steve Moscow from Sony. He's in France, and he says, hey, I'm going to be in New York. I'm going to talk to you about hosting Jeopardy. Now, I just think he's fucking with me. Like, maybe somehow he heard I was talking about Jeopardy, and I had met him one other time. And I meet him in New York, and then he said, look, if Alex doesn't sign this contract, I want you to be the host of Jeopardy. I said, okay. And he goes, in the meantime, we're going to do Sports Jeopardy. Have you host that. It'll be on the set. I want you to have dinner with Alex. And so all these things happened. Had dinner with Alex. He wasn't sure if he was going to re-sign. And I'm doing Sports Jeopardy. And then all of a sudden, Sports Jeopardy, Alex resigns. Steve Moscow gets fired at Sony. And then all of a sudden, nothing happened. But it was quick. And I would have taken that job.
I think you would have been good at that one.
I loved it. It was quick. It was fun. The staff was unbelievable. The knowledge, research that you were around was spectacular. But that would have been one you could have done. And they said, look, you're going to work 48 days a week. And you would do 5 shows a day. Alex was a monster, man. He was a machine. Mm-hmm. He was unbelievable. And I remember when he had surgery on his knee and he insisted on going out there and he's hobbling and He was a tough SOB. But he knew that I was there, and I hated that feeling. And I still have the voicemail when he called me to have me go to dinner, and we went at 5:00. So, and we just sat there, and he gave me his marker that he uses, so I could use that on Sports Jeopardy. Made an appearance on Sports Jeopardy, but that was one that, looking back, if I had the opportunity, I probably would have left sports.
I am mad at you about Price is Right, though. I have a dream job. That is my dream job.
But you could do that
I would leave everything for that.
right now.
Yes, that's the best. It's the greatest game show. It is. I used to watch it all the time.
What's
to
your
work every
favorite
day.
game show, PFT?
I mean, I've always been a fan of Jeopardy. I like that one. I do like the Japanese game shows, like the Wipeouts, like those.
Yeah.
I would say Jeopardy's 1-1 for me. It's top of the list. Yeah.
Price is Right. It's pretty good.
I
The
just
skinny microphone. Did you at least hold the skinny microphone?
I would have if I.
Yeah.
let
You have
him
to take
do-
the job
It's
first.
great.
Yeah,
you do.
They don't give you the microphone. You got to
Yeah.
take the job. But Drew Carey's done a wonderful job.
He has. I'm not saying that.
But
I'm
that's,
just-
there's part of you that I never wanted to be, I had a chance to be an entourage, but I didn't want to fuck up a show that I really liked.
right.
I didn't want to do a corny cameo. And then I've done 21 cameos with Sandler. So,
Those are great.
yeah, and Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah.
And, so, but I think I've aged out of the game show.
What was your best cameo? The one that you say, I nailed that.
I think when I did, what was it? Just Go With It with Brooklyn Decker,
Okay.
Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Aniston, and I play a nightclub owner. I don't want to spoil if you guys haven't seen this.
No,
I've
please
seen
spoil.
my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on stage, Dave Matthews, Sandler, Kidman, Aniston,
This is the greatest name drop of all
and
time.
and there's a dance contest. So I'm hosting. And Aniston looked incredible. God damn. There was a moment when I'm shooting my scene, or I don't even know if I think I said the words, but I'm just staring at her and I'm going, God damn it. She is unbelievable. Kidman had just had a baby like 6 months earlier, whatever. She is ripped, like incredibly ripped. And I just remember being on stage and Aniston and Kidman are there, and I'm thinking, do they know that I can't act? Because they kept looking at me like I knew what I was doing. And then Dave Matthews was there as well, and he was a lot of fun. But that's where Sandler just said ad lib.
Yeah.
And I used a line with a woman, I called her Big Country, and they kept it in.
You really got to make sure to hit the RY on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Big
Yes.
Country.
Yeah.
But yeah, she looked like Bryant Reeves a little bit.
Yeah. Have you
I-
played basketball with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, many times.
And how good is he?
He carries the ball.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that's
there we go. We
disappointing.
got to start calling that.
Bad shot.
Yeah.
It goes in.
That would be a good shot,
Now you can have a bad shot that goes in.
but it is still a good shot.
I mean, it's
if it
not
goes
Ray
in.
Allen.
Yeah.
But I met with Sandler, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, having dinner. I said, hey, it's kind of a nice place in New York. He goes, all right, Danny, I'm going to go play basketball before. So I'm thinking, all right, he's going to play at 5. We're eating at 6. Chances are he's going to come in with floral shirt, basketball, trunks and the whole
Yeah.
thing. Sure enough, I'm sitting there. It's a really nice place. Sandman walks in, floral, print shirt on, basketball. He's sweating, and sits down. Nobody said. Everybody. It's a dress code. Sandman had just played hoops. Just walked on. Doesn't know anybody. Just walked over, started playing, and he said one guy just kept coming after him, going, Kyrie, motherfucker, Kyrie. Sandler goes, I don't know why he was saying that, but he loves pickup.
Yeah.
Every time I've done a movie, there is something, he'll want to go play basketball.
Yeah.
Always built in for his time. And he had Timothy Chalamet out there playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big hooper. But Sandman will play anywhere.
Yeah.
With anybody.
I just looked up Jennifer Aniston and Just Go With It. You're right. Like
She's stunning.
That's
Stunning.
accurate description of her.
Stunning.
Thank you.
Goddamn.
I am a journalist.
Yes.
But she and Brooklyn Decker,
Yep.
Andy Roddick's wife, swimsuit model, very
Very nice lady.
very pretty.
Yeah.
If you like that.
So just to put to bed, though, not to harp on Price is Right, I heard the rumor that you didn't take the job because you were anti-spay, anti-neuter.
Yeah.
Like you want
I'm
the dogs
anti-spay.
intact.
I'm not anti-neuter.
Okay. All right.
Just so
okay.
you know.
Okay. Good.
But somebody did ask me that about the job, and that Bob Barker wanted to know.
What's your stance?
What's your policy on dog testicles?
This.
Yeah.
And I said, you can fucking spay me if you want. And, tell me how much money I'm going to make.
Yeah.
Maybe that was what it was.
I think
it was. We'll tell you the money once you get spayed.
It was $10 million
Was it
back then.
for
And that's 1999.
Yeah.
a year?
Yeah.
You're such an asshole for not
I
taking
know.
that job. I hate you so
I know.
much.
I know. I know. But
that's
I wasn't ready for it, though.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the Olympics. I still wanted to do Super Bowl. Like there were things I wanted to do.
You did them all.
Yes.
Is there one thing that you do regret, like a sliding doors moment of your career?
No. Because I was so lucky to even get to a point if there's a sliding door.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take it for granted at all. Because I'm from a small town in Ohio, and I'm handing out the Super Bowl trophy.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's pretty cool.
how cool is that?
What was that like preparing to hand out the trophy? I was thinking about that earlier today. That's a small moment, but probably a very big moment for the person that's doing it, right?
It's the kind of thing where you just don't screw up. Nobody's really going to remember you're handing out the trophy unless something happens.
Right.
That's all. And the first time I did it, it was Cardinals Steelers in Tampa. Dramatic finish, Roethlisberger, touchdown pass. I'm on the podium, and it happened so quick. Roger Goodell's up there, and he keeps asking me questions. I'm trying to find out who the MVP is. I'm assuming it's Roethlisberger, but it's not. But I'm yelling to people, anybody, who's the MVP? It's chaos. Roethlisberger comes up, Santonio Holmes comes up, Steeler ownership comes up. Roger keeps saying, "Are you going to introduce? Are you going to introduce? Will you introduce me?" Yes. Like I'm telling the commissioner, I'll get to you in a minute. Joe Namath starts walking up with the Super Bowl trophy. The C's part, football players are touching it. I still don't know who the MVP is. And so I'm talking to my producer. Well, he's talking to me. And he goes, "Bob's going to throw it to you. 2 questions. Don't give up the microphone." Now, there's 100 million people watching, but they're not watching for me unless something bad happens. So thankfully, I just yell again, "Who is the MVP?" And somebody goes, "Holmes." Well, Roethlisberger, I truly believe Ben thought he was going to be the MVP. Because he's looking at me like, "Yep, I know it. Yep, you're going to." And it never happened, obviously. We do the whole ceremony, and I didn't tell anybody in my family I was giving out the trophy. Then I get all these messages. "You're handing out the trophy." Like they don't know how to respond to it.
Cool moment.
But yes, I wanted them to see it, and then I didn't want to tell them.
Did you also hand it to Belichick? Was that your Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Against Seattle, right after Deflategate. It was
Yes.
right in the middle of that, right?
Yes.
Was Goodell, was he acting different up
No.
on the podium? Like,
No,
this
not
is my
at all.
nightmare?
Not at all. But I had 2 moments that, one was with one of the Giants owners who, once again, you never give up the microphone because it's really quick. 2 questions. You got to get back to Bob and get off the air because you have programming coming in. They spent a lot of money to follow the
Right.
Super Bowl. One of the owners grabs. So I have the microphone. He grabs the microphone. Now, you can't tell this if you're watching, but I'm pulling this way to the right. He's pulling this way to the left. He wants that microphone. I can't give that up. My producer in my ear, "Do not give up the microphone." So he now knows that I'm not going to give it up. And then they think they're live at the Improv. Like these owners, like, "Hello, America," and the Eagles owner tried to do that as well, Lori. And then the other time was when Eli had a car dealership that I think was Toyota or Nissan. and he was the MVP.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the card, and it'll be like such and such blank has won the, this black on black Corvette, L1 something, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm reading this. Eli walks off the stage. So I have the keys. I can't hand out the car because Eli doesn't want to be associated with Chevrolet.
Yeah.
So
We love.
Bad guy. Eli
we love.
Manning.
So yes, we love
We
Chevrolet.
love Chevrolet.
So I'm yelling, this is live, I'm yelling at Eli. I was like, Eli! Eli! He came back up and I go, here are your keys. Years later, he admitted that, he did that to me, but he didn't. He had a, Nissan diesel, I don't know, some
Just
kind
take the
of
keys.
Toyota.
Yeah, just take the keys.
Give the keys. Yeah. And I almost did this to Brady on the podium. After the Malcolm Butler interception, it still haunts me because I came so close to almost doing this. And I almost said to Brady, that truck belongs to Malcolm Butler.
Oh, you should have.
It would have been correct, but I couldn't do it in that moment.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, was I so close because it belonged to Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And I thought, God damn, would that be good?
Yeah.
If all of a sudden Malcolm Butler came up there and got his truck, Tom had to give it to him. I think somebody said Tom may have given it to him.
I bet you he did.
But that would have been unfair to Tom to go, Tom, without Malcolm Butler, you're not up here.
That would have been great though to watch the wheels turn in his head as he's got the keys in his hand. Like,
Okay,
really
what am I
putting it to
supposed
me
to
now,
say?
dude.
now?
Yeah.
This is not scripted.
Yeah.
That Cardinals Steelers Super Bowl, that was Madden's last Super Bowl, was it not? Believe so. I'll have to look it up. Someone fact check for me. Did you work with John Madden? That was the question.
I only around him.
Okay.
I never worked.
Okay.
Yeah, never worked with
Bad
him.
question.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you did research, you probably
Well,
would
I
know.
think I was right. I think that
What?
was so.
But I didn't
maybe
work.
Diva Dan didn't work with
I
John
didn't.
Madden, but other people did.
He didn't work with me.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
wait, which one's Diva Dan? Okay, gotcha,
Yeah, yeah.
gotcha. Diva Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to specify. if we're
Dan
dropping
Who's more of
Dan.
a diva?
We got a Dan off. We got a Dan off.
Who do you think?
Well, I mean, I
Dan,
haven't asked to be
I mean,
in 21 Adam Sandler
It's
movies.
yeah, it's pretty.
I didn't
evident.
ask.
You've never asked?
Big Cat's not on
I
a
have
4-year
asked.
retirement tour.
Yeah, I'm not.
One
yeah.
time, I think
Yeah.
I
Hey,
asked,
everyone, I'm retiring
maybe
in 4
2 times.
years. Please.
But that
talk
wouldn't have
about me.
retired. That's my last contract that I'm going to sign.
By the way, I do want to offer, when you do retire, if you ever have a day where you're like, man, I want to get it off, you can always come here. We will always accept Dan Patrick from Italy hot takes. Because you will have that moment where
Only
you're
if
like, I'd like to
do.
discuss
I'm going to do it
something.
in Italian.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
we would learn Italian
Yes.
to translate.
That'd
I'm
be
gonna.
fine.
I'll do it. My hot take in Italian. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder if they have hot take TV over there, and they have to in Italy.
I think
have
they
to.
do. Rick Riley moved over there, right?
I believe
I think
so,
he did.
for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, now it doesn't sound like you want to go to Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying away.
That place isn't big enough
Maybe
for
not.
two of
Yeah,
you.
maybe the pervert thing
Maybe
was
not.
right.
I think I
That's looking like France now, south of France.
Switzerland.
We're going to get back to Dan Patrick in a second. He's brought to you by Truly Unruly. It's the high alc hard seltzer that drinks light but parties hard. Truly Unruly is a hard seltzer. It breaks all the rules. It's 8% ABV. It hits hard but still tastes amazing. Comes in 4 fresh flavors: Tropical Twist, Berry Blast, Citrus Crush, Strawberry Smash. It is the best. The truly hard seltzer taste that you love. The high alc unruliness that you're looking for. It's the official hard seltzer of Pardon My Take. Get unruly today. The official hard seltzer of Pardon My Take. And now here's more Dan Patrick.
I think I had a falling out with Rick Riley, and I don't know why we had a falling out.
I know why you had falling out. I think it had something to do with when you left ESPN Radio. He said it was the biggest career mistake. you'd
Oh,
ever
yeah,
made.
he called
He said it's
Shelley
going to be
Long.
like, it's going to be like Shelley Long leaving, Katie Couric going to
Yes.
CBS Nightly News, and Dan Patrick leaving ESPN.
Yeah.
Are going to be the 3 biggest media mistakes.
Oh, that's why I'm mad
Yeah.
at him. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But you
So now
proved
you're
everyone
mad, yeah.
wrong.
I did. I
Son of a bitch.
I said I'll prove you wrong, dude.
Yeah, but you did because
Prove
you were the first big guy to leave, and
Yeah.
that had to have been at least a little scary, I'd imagine.
Oh, frightening, because there was this smear campaign that started. Any radio affiliate that had my show, you'd be dropped as an ESPN affiliate if you decided you still wanted to carry me.
It's mafia shit.
It was heavy-handed, but I understood. It empowered me. Like, holy shit, I'm going to matter. They're going to have to deal with me.
Right.
And look, in my mind, that I loved, David against Goliath. I'm sure they didn't care. But in my mind, I would tell the Danettes, I'm like, these motherfuckers, man, we're coming after them. I don't think anybody was shaking in their boots because we were doing our little show.
I think they were trying to send a message to the talent that they still have. Like, if you leave,
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
I probably had 4 people, one a big name, and the other 3 were probably recognizable names. They wanted to know about leaving. And I said, don't leave. They're like, why? I go, it's a million. I mean, it's even larger odds than that. I was doing the show in my attic for 3 years. We didn't have it made. There was a 6-month period where I made sure the Danettes cashed their checks because I didn't know if we were going to make payroll. We changed ownership, and that changed everything for us. But it was not. It was not a success story. But I did it I had to do it. I had 4 kids. They were young. I had 3 daughters. I had to be at home. And I was selfish I'm on SportsCenter. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And kids will raise them and think, come on. I'm on sports. Don't you know who I am?
You can watch me on TV.
Yeah.
Right
I'll parent them on TV.
Yeah.
Booyah. And I remember I listened to my wife because I was going to sign a 5-year deal. That morning I'm driving up, I'm signing a 5-year deal. And she just said, the kids are all going to be out of the house and you're going to be a mess. And she was right. And then when I said no, I didn't even know what I said no to, but it was quick. They wanted me out. And then I'm trying to get Seton and Fritzy to join me. Paulie was already going to join me. And then I remember reaching out, and Fritzy had too good a job. Like, he was a big deal at ESPN. And I knew I just couldn't get him to go. And I realized that. Seton was just on the verge of doing things. But man, he was all in. He was all in. And so I was like, let's just try this. Let's see. I mean, I can always go back to TV somewhere. I knew I had NBC. Knew NBC wanted me to do the Olympics and Football Night in America. So I at least had some TV exposure. But I missed SportsCenter.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. I love that it's live. 11 o'clock at night, loved it. But I did the 6 o'clock SportsCenter, and I'm throwing out to Sal Palantonio. And I just remember I'm throwing out to him, and it gets to him, and I said, God damn it, I'm mailing this in. I felt like a fraud because I didn't want to do the 6 o'clock, but I had to get home instead of working second shift. And I said, I can't do this anymore.
Sal Pal sucked the life out of the business for you.
If I was throwing it out to Susie Colbert, I might still
Different
be there.
story.
But it was Sal, and it hit me hard that I'm taking a job from somebody.
Yeah.
And somebody who should be in that chair, somebody younger. And it's the first time I really thought about an exit strategy. And I remember telling my wife, I said, I got to get out of there. But I couldn't. It's like Alcatraz. They never tell you when anybody gets to the other shore.
Right.
Never. And they did their damnedest to make sure that I didn't get to the shore.
So all these years doing radio at ESPN and then outside of ESPN radio, I'm sure there's some topics that you just got sick of discussing.
Yeah.
Do you have any off-limit topics? Like, you will not talk about these issues anymore?
Well, I don't go out of my way to talk about the Cowboys or LeBron. And Paulie is really good. He's got a great news sense. Like, if there's a story, then we'll cover it. But, you get late July or, June, July, man, it's back to the Cowboys and LeBron. Now, sometimes they're warranted, but
Right.
I just can't do that to the audience. I cannot. I'm not, and I should play the hits.
I think
what
your
people
audience
do.
probably respects you for
Yeah.
it, for not doing it. Now, Dak Prescott just said that his hamstring is almost fully healed. He should be good to go next year. What are your thoughts on that?
And what's his legacy?
His
Yeah.
legacy. Yeah. What is how does Kevin Durant going to the Rockets affect his legacy, Dan, in your opinion?
No, because it's usually where we connect the dots of KD going to the Rockets, how's that affect LeBron?
Yeah.
You know, it's never
Yeah, what
this.
does that mean
It's
for LeBron?
like, you know, all of Jackson Dart, great training camp. How is Dak Prescott doing in Dallas?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, let me use that to jump over here. But
This puts more pressure on Dak Prescott. Is this
Right.
the most pressure Dak Prescott has ever been under?
But also we had not talking points, but we had topics we had to talk about on ESPN. And it was all, you're in an echo chamber. Everything you were talking about was talked about, will be talked about. Let's have a guest to talk about the ESPN hockey game. Bill Clement joins us now to talk about, let's bring in Peter Gammons to talk about the Sunday night.
Yep.
So you didn't, and I just said, let's just do what we want to do.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do formulaic. And I'm fortunate that my affiliates, with Fox and Premier and those kind of partners, they let me do what I want to do. I
Yeah.
just said, just trust me. If you don't like it, then, you drop me as an affiliate, but I especially Portland, Maine. But there's so much fun every day.
My favorite ESPN thing they do is someone says something outlandish in the morning, and then the rest of the day they just
talk
keep
about-
repeating that.
Yes,
It's like,
that's
where did
news.
this come from?
Yes.
I remember Ron Jaworski said that Colin Kaepernick could go down as the best quarterback of all time
That's
in the
the
NFL.
debate.
And then I think it was like a week after that, he was on every show.
Yeah.
It was on the bottom line
Yes.
of other
Yeah.
shows being like, Ron Jaworski says that Colin
Like,
Kaepernick.
how did this happen?
It didn't used to be that way, but I'm the get off the lawn guy but SportsCenter, when we first started doing highlights, you didn't know what you could know the final score, but you didn't know the highlights,
Right.
And so we got to build an audience, and that was what was great, is you were tuning in to watch the highlights, and it was such a built-in home court advantage, and we took advantage of that. I mean, that was where it was. It was boy band crazy at times.
You were also setting the discussion and setting the agenda for what you're going to talk about when it comes to that game too, because a lot of people they might not have seen the game, but they tune in, find the final score, find the highlights direct from you. Whereas now it's like they've probably seen all the highlights 1,000 times before they watch SportsCenter on their phones, on the screen, whatever it is. And so the narratives have already kind of gotten started before ESPN has a chance to set what that narrative is.
But you're tuning in now to hear why that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas we're going to show you how it happened. Now it's, okay, I know that. Then you have to start a discussion, and we didn't have to do that. Now you could do it a day later when shows would say, let's talk about that, and it was legitimate. Now these shows, it just feels like, and the pressure was there. We had to talk about Duke basketball. We had to talk about if it was Tyson, Terrell Owens, Red Sox, Yankees. Always.
Up to the minute on TO.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciated.
Yeah.
Constant, because they were playing the hits. And, after a while, I remember when Mickey Mantle died, and I was with Keith Olbermann, and we said, we want the first 15 minutes to be about Mickey Mantle. And they were like, what? We said, no, the first segment of SportsCenter should be on Mickey Mantle. What he meant, I mean, and Keith would always fight he had a great news sense. He was unbelievable as a partner, unbelievable. But we fought that. We had to call bosses at home. And we said, we're doing the first 15 minutes on Mickey Mantle. And that's one of those where years later, looking back, that's as proud as I ever was about doing something and going against what was probably the norm or what they would expect. But there were times when they allowed you to. We weren't allowed to do anything. Catchphrases, they didn't want any of that stuff. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Fought us. Got called into conference rooms, yelled at. And I kept thinking, God damn, I thought we were popular. And I realized we were, but then a member of management said, we don't want another Berman. And I went, why wouldn't you want somebody that popular?
Yeah.
But they couldn't control. And that's where, so we had to kind of surreptitiously sneak in stuff
Yeah.
during the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
We had built-in jokes. We made fun of management. But that was the best TV of my life.
Yeah.
It was so much fun because they didn't want us to have fun. Now they go back and say, "Oh, we're responsible for." One of my bosses, I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, right.
You weren't.
Right.
You made us better by not maybe allowing us to do a little bit more. So in full context, it made us sharper because we had to be.
You have to sneak it. Now they got it on the walls.
Oh, no,
Yes.
Yes. Like, you don't have a catchphrase?
Yeah.
You can't come in
Get
here.
out of here.
Yeah.
You have a sports gambling podcast.
I started it because I don't gamble anymore.
Okay. So Dan Patrick Takes a Gamble.
Yes.
Go subscribe.
Yeah, danpatrick.com. And I had a friend named Bad Larry, and he lives in Jersey. And he
I already
says,
like him.
Yeah, he first time I meet him, he says, "You get off exit 98, you ask anybody where Bad Larry lives, they'll tell you."
This guy's awesome.
And it's true. God's honest truth.
Where's exit 90?
They know.
Bad Larry.
It's like Seagirt or Spring Lake.
Okay.
Bad Larry. Well, he'd always tell me these gambling stories. He won every gamble. He's like Floyd Mayweather.
Of course.
Like, God damn, he's winning every one of these. And I thought, you know what? Let me start a podcast with Bad Larry. And then Dylan, who used to answer phones and help build the place running cable, and then he was graphics, and now he's, on the gambling podcast with us. And then we have Shay and Irving, who is just this crazy random guy who's a crazy cowboy fan. And he comes in every week. We do the gambling podcast. And you get around to talking about the games, but it's about crazy stuff. I mean, Shay will talk about going to therapy with his wife. Dylan did 9 hot dogs, 9 beers in 9 innings. We talked about that. Bad Larry had to get new teeth for his daughter's wedding, and we talked, just normal, silly, stupid things. But we have so much fun, and it makes me realize why I can never gamble again.
Yeah.
Because it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was all in. But I made money, but I lost a bet. I think it was Arkansas, Oklahoma bowl game, and I lost $3,000. I was up 6. I lost $3,000, so I lost $3,300. Closed up shop, paid some school loans, bought my mom a dishwasher, and never placed another bet again.
Good for you. I mean,
that's smart.
But
I love gambling, so I don't think that day will ever come for me.
I don't enjoy winning that money as much as I hate losing it, and I can never watch a game that I bet on.
Oh, that's all.
I know,
love it.
but I
love it.
Friends would say, hey, I don't know, do you want to watch the Browns and the Raiders? And I go, yeah, sure. And they go, yeah, I got to put something on it.
Yeah.
See, that's I mean, it's to each their own. I'm a losing gambler my whole life. But my happy place is like a Tuesday night in the middle of January, just being like, all right, there's 25 college basketball games. I can sit on the couch and watch all these. I'm in. I love it. And then there's like a not the Pac-12 anymore, but there's a late night, Washington, Oregon
Mountain
game.
West game.
Yeah, Nevada.
Yeah.
Tough place to play. I'm going to tune in at 11 p.m.
I mean, midsummer baseball.
and you become an expert on Mountain West football all of a sudden.
It's the best. I love it.
So we do have to talk about. We try to talk about all the major sports on this show, but sometimes, like right before the All-Star break in baseball, the games aren't that interesting.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but you bet on 4 of them per night, and guess what? Now you're forcing yourself. I look at it like I'm doing my homework when I do that. So I'm going to watch the games. Yeah. Then I'll at least know what's going on in Major League Baseball.
But that's
so
why I got into fantasy.
Yeah.
Because it helped me stay up on everybody and stats. Stratomatic, I don't know if you ever heard of Stratomatic baseball, but it helped me memorize stats. But my bookie died at his kitchen table on a Sunday morning.
Did you have a balance?
I was up.
Okay, that's too bad. Because Dave, our boss, famously, his bookie died and he was down big, and it was a big day for him.
But one of my bookies used to take bets from Pete Rose.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to ESPN when this happened. Just left CNN, went to ESPN. And I go in there, and I'm working with Bob Lee. And Bob is, journalism personified.
Yep.
And I said, look, I got a great source, and he's going to give us information. And my bookie said, just don't mention my name. That was it. And to this day, I've never mentioned his name, but he would get
Steve, Jim,
Bad Larry.
Bad Larry. But he would get sometimes Pete's main bookie would lay off bets to my guy.
right?
And I remember he would joke about it because, Pete, he would say, your boy just Pete would bet on Vancouver Canucks hockey.
Yeah.
He had a big satellite dish
Let's not shame.
I know, but that's bad. Like
No,
I bet
no,
on
no,
the
no, no.
Hall of Fame game.
Let's not
I bet on the
shame.
Hall of Fame
Calm
game.
down.
Yes.
Let's not
That's
shame.
sad. Preseason football.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh
Remember?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh
But
yeah.
he would tell me all of these things that were going on with Pete. So we knew it was true. And I remember in 1986, we're at Shea Stadium. It's Mets Astros, and I'm with Bob Costas, and Pete's there, and he walks up the steps and he goes, "Who do you guys like today?"
Yeah.
Now, if you're a gambler, there's certain codes, there's certain phrases. And I said to Bob, I go, and Bob's dad was a bookie. And I go, Pete's betting on this game today.
Of course.
Now,
he is.
granted, it was Mets Astros.
Yeah.
But and then he came on my show years later and said, hey, I bet on the Reds to win every game. And all of a sudden, this blew up because he never said it before. And everybody's like, yeah, you bet on yourself. I mean, that's the American way. And I'm going, no, there were certain pitchers that
Right.
Pete wouldn't bet on.
Yeah.
When he bet on his team to win. But there were two pitchers, I was told, that he wouldn't bet on the Reds when they were
Also,
pitching.
it affects the way they use the bullpen.
Right.
Too.
You're
betting on
you're
that
playing every game like it's Game 7 of the
All of a
World
sudden,
Series.
John Franco's coming in
Yeah.
his fifth consecutive game.
Yeah.
one. Right.
But I got caught up in it because I thought I knew sports, and now I have so many outlets to actually have information,
Yeah.
and I can't go back.
It's smart. It's a
Yeah.
smart call.
But I love it. And you should subscribe to your podcast.
Yeah, Dan Patrick takes a gamble pot. It's
Yeah.
fun, and if you want to, And why do we use degenerate gambler? Why can't you just be a gambler?
It
It's
does
a
get
hobby.
tossed around a lot. Yeah.
I mean, we don't use it for anything else,
No, it's
do we?
true.
No,
Like I think that's unfair to the gambling community.
I agree.
Well, I also think that, speaking for myself, who has gambled for a very long time.
What's the most you've lost
A lot. A lot.
in like one game?
Oh,
10?
50, 60. Those are game of the years, though. Those go bad. Well, all right. So I had a streak.
Wait,
you look
wait.
worried.
Here's the thing. All right,
Okay,
all right,
hold
Dan,
on.
let me
You look
explain. Let me
worried.
explain.
Is
let me
this
explain.
where the tout says
No,
this
no,
is
no.
my game
All right,
of the year?
you probably missed this, but it did make waves. I started March 1st this year. I did not lose a game in March till March 10th. I went 16-0 straight. The bets started going up and up and up. So the 17th game was a lot. I was making like QB1 money for a week and a half. It was insane. It was insane. They were talking about it on the broadcast. They were saying like the 15th and 16th game, the broadcasters were like, and there's the over, and Big Cat and everyone who's riding with him must be happy, 16-0.
Okay, so you made this money to get to 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't just plunk
No. But yeah.
down 50 grand and
Yeah. Correct. I was up.
Okay.
And I kept on going, pushing it.
what's the most you've lost?
It was the Eagles in the Super Bowl a couple years ago against the Chiefs. I think that was, I want to say, $8,500, $9,000. And I did that because, actually, fun story, Big Cat had a future ticket on the Eagles.
Yeah. He was being a good friend.
Yeah, Big Cat would have won, I think, $200,000.
$200,000, yeah.
It was 20-1 on the Eagles from the start of the season.
Yeah.
And I did not want to root for the Eagles as a Commanders fan. It's against my DNA, but I'm not gonna root against him winning
a great move by him.
$200,000.
Yeah.
That's a house. So I was like, I'm gonna feel this one way or another. So, but I'm hopefully not going back up to that.
Why didn't you ask for biggest wins? Why you got to do it the negative way?
Because that's the way I deal. I want pain.
We had Travis
I
Hunter
want
to win the
her.
Heisman
Good
this
interview.
year.
But that wasn't crazy.
40-1 isn't crazy.
Yeah, we got him early.
40-1, 5K to win 200,000.
Oh, I wouldn't see that as a big deal.
Judging me for my losses, that's not fair.
Okay. I mean, most people will tell you when they win. I'm really curious about when you lose.
Yeah.
Now, Van Pelt started the bad beats,
Yeah.
but I like to hear when somebody
No, the
says, this is what happened.
losses stick with you. Those are,
Yeah.
but that's what makes the wins fun. And it's when you get hot. And yeah, like I said, it's a hobby for me. I am a lifelong loser, but the
Yeah, but you're
bet
not
sizes
anymore.
go
Like
up.
you,
Yeah, right.
You've had to shed that
Yeah,
label.
yeah. No, but in terms of gambling, I am.
I also want to retract that. It was closer to 16 or 17,000 because in that game I also bet on no doinks. The ball doesn't hit the upright.
Yeah.
It's like a lock. It never happens. People think, oh, I hear doink all the time. It was like minus 500. I bet a lot of money on that because I'm like, this is an investment. It's an investment strategy. And so it was that combined.
Okay.
That was a bad day for me.
I also should say that the 17th bet was 65,000. I know that for a fact. So that was bad. But I was up.
But do you run it by your wife?
She's aware.
Okay.
Generally,
I think the Travis Hunter one was, I won that, and then she was like, "What are we gonna do with the money?" And it was like 2 weeks after I'd won it, and I was like, "The money." Like week 12 and 13 didn't go so hot.
Who's the two-way guy at LSU who's now with the Texans? The defensive back who's
Stingley?
yes.
I don't think he plays two ways, but yeah.
No,
yeah.
but I remember I told people to bet him. I thought his next year he would have been the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
He would have gone both ways. And I thought he was Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter.
Right.
In my mind. I mean, that has nothing to do with me, this story, other than I'm trying to show you that I can kind of have
You
a
also
Travis
know a
Hunter
guy
moment.
who wasn't Travis Hunter,
that
and
could
Didn't win the Heisman.
Heisman,
And he didn't play offense.
but you know his name.
But he could have.
And we had to help you with his name.
Exactly.
Well, next year.
How do you pronounce the guy with the Cardinals and he played with the Angels?
Pujols.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
If you want next year, we can tell you who's going to win the Heisman.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 in the last 2 years.
Yeah, we like to delicately use some of the influence that we have. So when we decide who's going to win the Heisman, usually in mid-September, we will just strictly highlight that one player
Correct.
in college football and bring him up all the time.
The Heisman is the dumbest trophy that we give out because it's 2,000 voters and 1,500 of them don't watch all the games
And
or
they may
any
not
of the
even be,
games.
there's voters not alive.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so we've realized how stupid it is that they don't have experts voting on this. They have people who are watching and what's the biggest game? Who plays for Notre Dame? Who plays for the? It's stupid.
Are you saying that dead people vote for the Heisman?
It might be.
We got ballot fraud?
Yeah.
They haven't voted.
But yeah,
Okay.
they still have a vote.
Yeah.
Yes,
But we got to
yes.
find out who those people are, and then we can
Get their
we can
vote.
write in
Yeah.
from their name.
Yeah.
But
Got it.
I think it's so formulaic. You can't win it in September.
Yep.
We give out the September VP, like the September Heisman, and that person never wins because you have to have your marquee game. You have to have a nationally televised game, preferably playing in a big conference, and you play a skill position.
Yeah. And you got to win like 8. That was our thing with Travis Hunter. We're like, if Colorado can win 8 or 9 games, he should win the Heisman. That's a big piece. Jaden Daniels was the same way. It's like that wasn't I think they were 3 losses. So they had to win 9 games. But if you can get there,
And so who's winning it this year?
We'll tell you in September.
yeah.
Does he play for LSU?
He might actually.
yeah,
Nussmeier might.
There's a chance.
That could be one. I also think Clemson's going to have a really good year.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
So that's going to be.
I think Arch Manning is too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Yep.
take that.
That would be. I don't hate the Notre Dame running back Love because that's another one where it's narrative. If Notre Dame goes to the playoffs and he rips off a ton of yards, Heisman voters
It's
are going to
hard.
want.
It's hard to do the running back.
I know, but
No,
Notre
but-
Dame, Notre Dame part,
Notre Dame and with a name like Love.
wake up the echoes, Dan.
Yeah.
Just think about that. This is all we're going to say. All fall on
Yeah,
part of my
but
take.
Genty rushes for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's Boise, but still.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
Those were great.
We had to say some bad things about him to help Travis Hunter.
you did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Highlight the
Oh,
defenses
yeah.
he played against. For
It got
sure.
ugly. You
I
like
didn't even
those?
see Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
You know what? You can keep those.
Yeah, those are yours. That's a part of the
36,
gift.
38.
We're like Derek Jeter. We give those.
This is your old.
That's when I was 12.
But you didn't wear the briefs back then.
I don't know. Yeah. No, boxers,
you-
regular boxers.
Oh, you
yeah.
did?
Yeah, the old school.
Yeah.
Those are
No, that's not
long
old
gone.
school. Old school's tidy white.
Yeah,
Teddy
oh, yeah,
Whiteys.
that is old school. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's-
You're gonna be
that's
walking around,
really-
And
your
you don't
Amalfi
wear
Coast,
you don't
your
wear
Teddy Whiteys.
you don't wear any underwear right now, right?
Yeah,
No.
I
Okay.
love that.
just for this interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All
the
right.
rule.
And just strategically where I'm seated.
Yeah.
That's right. Just want to say.
Max texted me like 30 minutes ago saying, "Hey PFT, your shirt button is unbuttoned,"
true.
and it was just a gaping hole for I think half the interview.
I was
Until I saw-
mesmerized by it.
Yeah. That's
Sorry
an
about that.
interview
Listen,
trick.
Every
This is-
time you were
this is-
speaking, it was like a mouth moving.
This is the
Yeah.
future of journalism, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
We're in good hands.
All right, last question.
Okay.
This has been unbelievable. We always love having you on.
You're going to
Roback
chop
question.
this up, and it's going to be about 7 minutes.
No. You are one of our favorite
Just keep
guests.
it for the archive. So when I die, and then you bring it back, and you go, never aired.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, the never aired Dan Patrick interview.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
Like I could say something now
You'll never believe what he said.
that it would be from the grave.
Time capsule.
yeah.
You know what he said?
We talk about that every now and then when we will be traveling. So like we'll tape the show on a Thursday and then we have to get on a plane. We're like, what if we just died? And then we release
You
the last
should
podcast.
have kind of a
Yeah, we should.
say something at the end in case you die.
Yeah.
Posthumous.
Yeah, I mean, for your family.
Okay, all right. So Roback question.
Okay.
Promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Roback.com, promo code TAKE. Give it to us.
What?
Give us the Dan Patrick has died. What does he want to live on forever?
I don't know if we have enough time. I mean, it's emotional. This is gut wrenching.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. Nussmeier to win the Heisman.
So if you die before Heisman season,
Yeah.
there's gonna be
There it
voters
is.
that are like
There it
Nussmeier
is.
for Big Cat. We
Yeah.
got to do
Okay.
it.
Boom.
So you'll get 3 in a row.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it.
They'll have to vote for him.
Like
Yeah.
you'll lose, you'll die. We'll lose you, but you'll win that bet. Okay. All right. PFT.
I'd never found out if Joe Flacco was elite, and that tears me up. I'm in purgatory right now in the afterlife, trying to claw my way
Who
back.
was going to tell you he was elite?
I just thought somebody would let me know.
It was just going to click. Yeah.
yeah,
When you know, you know.
yeah. I think he was.
I don't think he was.
All right.
He won a Super Bowl.
Nick Foles wasn't elite.
This is the perfect conversation. That's the exact conversation anyone has
you've been
ever
trapped.
had. But usually they say, so did Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
I didn't go there.
Yeah.
Because Foles was unbelievable in his
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
He was elite.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can look back on these quarterbacks. Like, look at a Bob Greasy Super Bowl. The numbers, Bart Starr, you
Yeah.
know, and
Or Joe Namath.
yeah, I mean they're not great numbers, but we somehow think, boy, these guys had Brady's first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like they're not great numbers, but nobody ever lumps them in with some of these other guys we consider pedestrian,
Right.
who
Yeah.
have won Super Bowls. I just hope that you guys carry the torch of what entertainment, journalism, entertainment, and yeah.
I mean, there's a
think
great
it's-
chance you outlive us. People in
Yeah.
Italy live to be
I don't
like
think
120
so.
years
Oh
old.
my
Yeah.
God,
Well, if
for
I
sure.
get to Italy,
Yes.
then I'll keep you informed.
Yeah. Unless Rick Riley
Will I
kills
make
you.
okay? Here's
Yeah.
real quick before Rick Ryan. Okay,
Sees you walking off the
Shelley
plane.
Long. All right, will I make in memoriam at the Academy Awards?
Oh.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I think
Yes.
I think Sandler will
Dan-
make sure that
So that's
happens.
22 movies.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky enough,
Some films.
Yeah.
yes, if I'm lucky enough to outlive you, I will make it my mission that year to get you in memoriam.
You promise.
yeah.
Better question. Will ESPN put it on
That was
the
my
front
next
page
question.
of ESPN.com?
No. I'm going bottom line.
Bottom line. I think
Yes.
you'll get bottom line.
Oh,
Will
yes.
you get front page of ESPN.com?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think you will.
I haven't gone there since I left,
I know, but
so I don't.
maybe they won't.
My
You- so
family.
you-
would,
you think you're going to
no,
be
you,
like,
you went on SVP, right?
yeah,
but
Yeah.
but I didn't go on
Not to Bristol.
the ESPN page.
got
Oh,
it.
gotcha.
Like I don't go to the website.
So you think that it's gonna be like the Sky beat the Fever, and then the line below it's gonna be Dan Patrick.
No,
dies.
it's Caitlin Clark
Yeah.
and the Fever beat the
Yes.
Mystic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Patrick
passes away. Yeah.
So that might be what I'm going to leave you with when I die. That I'm talking about when I die, and these are things that I'm asking you to help me with.
We got you.
Bottom line is fine. In memoriam, that'd be kind of nice.
Can I tell you what would have guaranteed you to get into the memoriam page for the Oscars? if you had taken that fucking job, Price is Right.
yeah.
God damn it, $10 million a year.
Yeah, but that's
you're an
TV.
asshole.
No, this
no,
is
they still would have done
immemorial.
it. You would have more
this is
cameos.
this is
You would have been in more movies.
no.
Bob Barker.
I know. Do you know Barker insisted on beating up Sandler in Happy Gilmore?
I did not know that.
He said that he would do the scene, but he says, "I'm kicking your ass."
Oh, I love
And
it.
so Sandman's like, "Yes, that's great
great,
TV."
yeah.
That he wanted. That Bob said, "You know, I want to win," and
That's so
Sandman
good.
said, "Sure, I don't care."
Yeah. All right, well, Dan.
This is it. We've done it.
This is the
This
best.
is the final one.
You're the best.
This
no,
will-
you're coming back
This
on. When
will
you do
play
your listen, when you do
2.5 years when I'm done.
Yeah, when you do your real retirement tour, when we get to the last few months, you're gonna,
And I'm there
You'll
with
be
Portnoy feeding him pizza.
Yep.
That's my new job.
You're gonna be doing
It'll be
everything.
great.
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm
be doing
gonna-
quick picks. You're gonna be doing it all.
I'm gonna do Barstool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it all.
You would think I'd spend enough time on a bar, far more than you guys have.
Yes, that's
Like you want to
facts.
talk about a Barstool. Okay, that's it. We've
All
done it.
right.
That's thanks for joining us. Oh. Thank you.
Dan Patrick was brought to you by Truly Unruly, the high alcohol hard seltzer that drinks light but parties hard. Truly Unruly is a hard seltzer, breaks all the rules. It's 8% ABV. It hits hard, but it tastes amazing. 8% ABV is a game changer, and it's delicious in 4 fresh flavors. Got tropical twist, berry blast, citrus crush, strawberry smash. The truly hard seltzer taste that you love, the high alcohol unruliness that you're looking for. It's the official hard seltzer, pardon my take. Get unruly.
Okay, let's finish up with FAQs. Hank, you got them? Oh, can I do an FAQ
Sure.
myself?
Please.
Hey guys, longtime listener was wondering if you feel a little intimidated about the new guy being a complete heartthrob and girls on TikTok lusting for him.
No, it's an awesome trend.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's called you're zacking.
yeah. For people who missed it, Zach, you got some admirers.
No, there was a kind woman on the internet that gave me a shout out. Shout to her. Looks like a shout to her.
But the comments too were like, Zach's got it.
Those people are very kind.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, she completed the Zach challenge.
Yeah.
Just listen to Zach and love Zach.
Yeah, loving Zach. Dude,
Shout to her.
It would make me
great.
so happy if this podcast got you laid.
Not much of an intercourse guy. I just
That's gonna make him watch you so much more, Zach. You know
Yeah,
that.
dude. Girls are gonna get so fucking
Yeah.
horny for that.
Like I don't even.
I don't even like it. It's not
Whatever.
much of an intercourse guy.
I should have kept it to myself.
I'll say this though.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge to
Yeah.
the girl AWLs out there.
Probably the first thing that your mom will appreciate you saying on the show.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, my sweet little boy. Not much of an intercourse guy. What does that even mean?
We got so many FAQs. You know, we got
Should probably get on the next one.
so many.
All right, yeah, let's go to the next
Oh,
one.
this one's relatable. I may have missed it, but how did Zach come about being on the show? I love the addition, but I was wondering about the backstory.
Yeah. Zach, do you want to start or you want me to tell a little of it too?
However he likes her.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. So tell the leading up to the Gruden, then I'll take it from the Gruden. So what were you doing before and kind of, you know, what was your life like and your relationship with Barstool?
Oh, so we're so I was running like clip accounts on like TikTok and Instagram, and then selling cars as well. And then they had a listing for production assistance and help with John Gruden because you guys hired him or got Gruden late last year, and they're like, hey, we're in Tampa, we're gonna have some interviews. Here's like a little bit of interview process, a couple different like Google Doc situation, some emails, and then I was fortunate enough to be invited out to the in-person interviews, and I didn't get the job.
Yeah.
What was Gruden like in that interview?
He's an electric guy, really to the point, pretty fun. It was a little overwhelming because I'm a Bucks fan growing up, so he brought us to the Super Bowl, so there was a little bit of pressure there, but
And what was you say the shining moment from that that maybe caught Dave's eye?
I know he did have a good.
All right, I'll take it from here.
Okay.
All right, so they
Bad.
had it That's okay. You're doing a great job. They were trying to hire a Gruden's assistant. They brought a bunch of guys in. Zach was Zach, which pops off the camera. But then there was a moment where they did a task where they're watching a game and they had everyone on burner accounts, and they said, tweet like you're tweeting from John Gruden's account. Tweet clips throughout the game, and we're going to judge those. Zach tweeted 0 clips in the first half and said that when asked about it, you basically were like, well, I kind of got nervous and then I fell behind the 8 ball and it was a little miscommunication was the exact line.
It was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you just sat there for an entire half of football, just kind of frozen.
Trying to get it back together. There was some frozen moments for sure.
Yeah, it was you at the costume store.
Yeah, no, we were moving. Worse. It was worse because for an entire half of football, I didn't finish the assignment.
You didn't do anything.
I did. I was trying to get there, and like it got mixed up. And you're right. It was a self miscommunication.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm right because you said that,
which is a great
Yeah,
term.
I don't know how to break it.
So
I wish I
flash
could break it down
forward.
better.
So he was elected. He didn't get the job. March Madness comes around. First weekend, Dave was like, "Hey, I brought that Zach kid. I want to see if if you like him, and you can have him in Chicago." And our first conversation went exactly like a lot of these conversations go, where I was like, we just started talking, and you had flown in on Thursday morning, and I said, "Yeah, I want you to." I was like, "When do you fly back?" You said Monday morning. I said, "Change that tonight." And you said, "Oh, so I have to leave tonight. Should I go right to the airport?" This is Thursday. I said, No. Change it to Monday night because I want you to come on the yak and just be in the office." And then I loved you from right away. And I told Dave, let's do it. Let's get him hired and cream team, couple appearances on the yak. And I was like, you'd be perfect in PMT. And now here you are.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I look forward to helping the team to the best of my ability as much as I can.
Yeah.
Very much so. And that it was heartbreak when I thought I heard you go, no, change it to tonight. The flight, my heart sunk a little bit. I was like, oh, there's no way I messed it up this bad.
Yeah.
Like it was
yeah. It was a
was
simple
tough.
conversation we were having. I said, when are you going home? You said Monday morning. I said, change it to the night.
It sounds like tonight.
Yeah, that does. I could see how that
a
is.
cell phone.
But it also was at like 7 p.m. that Thursday night. And he thought I was literally telling him to get out of here and go to the airport.
Just like pretty much go.
Yeah, like you suck, go. And you're like, and you just said, so should I go to the airport right now? I said, no, Monday night. And then the rest is history.
Did you ever want to move to Chicago?
Chicago is definitely far from where I was currently living at the time. Definitely a bit of an adjustment period. But I've enjoyed the city of Chicago for sure.
When was there a moment where you're like, during that weekend that you're up here, that you're like, I think I'm doing it good. I think they like me.
No, I didn't think I was. Initially, I came up here thinking, or just like, at some points when I was here the first time, I felt like I wasn't helping enough, and I was like, there needs to be something. I'm messing something up. I don't know. I was in my head a little bit.
I think Dave was also judging you a lot based on if he was winning bets by you being next to him.
The Florida bet was big. The first one, the second one went bad.
Yeah.
Couldn't have gone worse.
Yeah. But I mean, here you are.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah.
We're here.
West Coast.
We're so far west right now.
Look at you now.
We're so far west.
Yeah.
When do you think you'll feel comfortable being like, oh, I'm good. I'm here.
I think I'm getting much more comfortable around you guys
Okay.
for sure. Like I feel like we're like I won't call it bonding a little bit. Like,
Oh,
we're like,
definitely bonding.
I feel bonded a little bit too.
We're gonna go eat ice cream later.
I'd like
That should be
for you to stand up for yourself a little bit more.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, like I stepped on Zach's
yeah.
foot earlier, and he said sorry about that.
Yeah.
And I said,
That's
Zach,
what I
I
was
just
going
stepped on your foot.
It's a tight kitchen, big feet. I didn't want to. It's my.
Listen, if Hank steps on your foot, you have permission to be like, Hank, what the fuck? But I'm sorry.
I wouldn't hate it if you slapped him. Like, just if he gets out of line, just crack him one.
Chill week, dude.
I'm not into physical violence too much, Hank. We're all good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
All
do
right.
that.
Throw him in a lake.
How did the lottery ball machine start? I went underway on a submarine for a couple months a few years ago and was confused when
hell
I
yeah.
came back to listen to the show.
Okay. Good question. it was COVID, right? And it was the NHL lottery, whatever year that was. Everyone was saying it was rigged, right? Remember
that
that year?
Blackhawks one.
Was it? No, I don't know. It was the year before.
It was NBA because I don't think NHL always does.
No,
I think it was after
NBA
the
doesn't
lottery.
show the lottery ball. NHL does.
I thought it was after NBA.
I think it was like 3 or 4, whatever it was. It was during COVID. It was one of the leagues did their lottery ball. People thought it was rigged. I was like, you know what I need? I need a lottery ball machine. I bought it. It was like $2,000 from China. That was the original one. And then we just were like, well, there's so many things we can do, like guess the numbers. And that's pretty much all we've done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Except we did the Blake of the Year that one year, and that was really bad.
We also did one on macrodosing where you just pull up a number and then you race to be the first guy to say a jersey number that was
That's good.
like from that dude.
That's good.
It's a good game.
But I do love the lottery ball machine. Just another form of gambling, I guess. It means what?
This is 2020 lottery.
2020 NHL lottery,
Yeah,
right?
they're saying the lottery
during
balls
COVID.
were weighed.
Yeah, during COVID. Yeah. So, yeah, because they showed it on screen. Memes, you love the lottery ball machine, right?
No, we were watching a game show last night at Margaritaville, and there was just a ping pong ball show, and I was just disturbed by it because 3 wasn't coming up.
It's great because this was Hank's burden for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what we'll have to do, so this is lottery ball machine number 2. I think the day that Memes gets it, we have to buy another lottery ball machine and start all over again. Don't you guys agree?
Well, he's never going to get it.
He isn't going to get it, but we should buy another one.
Sure.
Why? No, I'll buy it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's the whole fun of it is one person's just not going to get it for the longest time, and it's going to kill them and eat them aside.
Can we get a giant one?
Yeah, I wanted a really giant
Big ass one?
Yeah, we can get a big one. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I want like chutes and ladders and shit.
I'm just rooting for Memes to beat Hank, and that day isn't. It's pretty close.
The way that was phrased though is confusing. You want him to have a longer streak of not getting it than Hank.
He has like
Correct.
another
To beat him and
year.
being bad.
Yes. No, it's a long time.
Yeah,
They're not
No, it's a
close.
year.
It's a
but
year, but 3 episodes per week, so less than a year in podcast.
Not getting a lottery ball for a year is
If
very.
that makes sense.
How many? What's the number you're away from him?
I think it's like 370.
300.
So it's like a year.
370 days.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Wow.
I don't know how many podcast days that is though.
I don't think that matters though.
Yeah, it wasn't podcast.
It's
episode.
guesses.
We haven't even done 500.
Yeah,
We're just.
I think next week's our 500th episode.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you miss being able to go to live sporting events you can't go to anymore? No NFL games except Monday nights has to be tough.
Yeah, it's a small sacrifice, but there are some times like when I found out that the Commanders are playing the Dolphins in Madrid, I thought that would be a sick ass game to go to.
Yeah.
Go over to Spain. But no, honestly, getting to watch games on your couch is way better than being at the games usually anyways.
Yeah, I actually don't have that feeling during NFL Sundays because I want to watch all the games.
Yeah.
I have that feeling like if there's other games going on and it's like, oh, I want to go to the Blackhawks game or like, but I can't because there's other games going on. It's like, we got to watch this. So it's more that
Yeah.
like random weeknights where it's like, we have something going on. I can't go to this game.
Yeah. I think going to like a couple NFL games a year would be a lot of fun. And if we can do it on a Monday night, we sometimes try to make that happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like sitting on your couch at home with your own snacks and your own food,
It's
and
awesome.
not having to drive and park and then leave and drive and park, it's the best.
The one thing that would hurt me if I couldn't go to baseball games. Baseball games are the best in the summer. I've been to like 13 Cubs games. So that I'll just keep doing. And that's kind of our off season anyway.
Yeah.
All right, last one. 2 weeks ago, you talked about balls in or out. For years, the argument at blue collar jobs has been over or through underwear. Thoughts? Seems as an age always picks the through.
Wait, through? What?
I'm confused with that question. We talk about balls going over or under the underwear,
Or over or
through.
through.
over or through.
Hmm.
So what's the question?
Do you go balls over or through?
Over.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of the same question.
I
It is
like
the same
I like to keep the balls separate. The balls usually stay indoors.
I think I go everything.
So you would go balls through the underwear but over the pants?
No, I'm saying that I try to keep the balls indoors.
He keeps them under everything.
Like just the dick comes out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is that crazy?
I like to go everything over and flop my balls onto my underwear.
You flop them all?
Yeah,
That
flop
you
them
get
onto my
caught in
underwear.
So that way the front of your pants is always covered in ball sweat?
Well, I mean, my balls aren't that sweaty. They're not big enough to be sweaty. So, no, I guess.
I keep the balls indoors. General rule.
This is also one of those questions that I just can never. I have to go do it to tell you what my answer is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't even think about it. It's such a. It just happens. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
I just couldn't
Run a
tell you.
simulation. Run 1,000 simulations.
I'll go check right now.
95% of the time, I think the balls don't go over the top or through the front. The balls stay where they are, and then everything else.
We need to filibuster. The Phillies just lost on a walk-off inside the park home run.
Oh my
A
god!
3-run walk-off inside the park.
Is that why Joel Embiid
Which
just
is
tweeted,
like-
"Oh my God, no way"?
Maybe, I don't know. It's like so fucking bad.
That's really bad.
Walk off inside the park home run's awesome.
Was that in Philly?
Embiid just
No,
tweeted, "OMG, no F way."
Yeah, he's watching the game. Wait, it sounds like he's rooting against the Phillies.
I would have the exact same reaction.
That's true.
Okay, weird revelation. I'm kind of like half in, half out.
Did you go over top?
I'm holding my balls and my dick.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
so you just you support everything.
I support everything.
hand
So,
becomes
but
a
like my hand
cornucopia.
is kind of almost in my half of my hand is kind of in the underwear, but it's
Yeah.
also kind of. Yeah, I guess.
You know what? I think it really matters about the pants. The
True.
the
Really good
waistband,
point. Yep.
like because some all elastics are not built the same.
Yeah, because jeans, I'll unzip and just go through that
Yeah.
through the zipper. Yeah, any kind of sweatpants,
Yeah.
elastic, I'll go over.
Yeah.
Okay, high level talk.
Basically the same conversation.
All right, good show, boys.
Good show.
Chill
Good
week. Let's kick it back to ourselves in studio for memes to get the lottery ball. Okay, we're back in studio for the numbers.
3.
And chill week will continue.
I'm gonna go 100.
I'll go 21.
I go 77.
I was literally pointing at Shane. I was like, say 21 before. I was gonna say before Meme says it, but well, now you have to play.
Yeah, now you
gotta play offense.
Yeah.
Or, no, it's playing offense.
Yeah.
6.
14. 71. 99. Puck. 85.
Gates.
What was yours, memes?
77.
Really, all we care about is his. Doesn't matter what his number was. 37.
Love you guys.